talking about UFOs, fake aliens, real aliens.
Come on now, Bubba. I digress. I apologize.
I hope your minds are ready to get blown.
It's about to get weird.
Let's get the show on the road.
What's up, Bubbas? Happy Monday. How are you guys doing? Can we get a 5x5, 20x20, little 20x20 by you guys? Got Jose with us once again. Very special return of the shaman himself.
The shaman.
Yes, sir.
I'm formerly known as the karate.
What's good? Leslie, what's good?
How's it going, everybody?
How you been, Jose?
I'm alive, man.
Shit, ain't we all, dude? My shit's been fucked up. My bad for cuss. That's a little too much cussing. What's up, Patricia? What's up, Dusty?
And you got good editing on that. The preview for the live.
Yeah, I took I just used iMovie, man. Yeah, I probably put about 4 or 5 not 4 or 5 hours, probably about 2 or 3 hours, something like that, of editing into it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll give you that.
What's up, Klingon? Everything good over there in the homestead, though? You guys got any garden work done?
Yeah, no, we've picked some tomatoes and that's about it. Some cilantro.
Tell them about my job.
Paula Green, my fiance, she's got a new job. She's working in an all Indian cuisine kitchen. It's all vegetarian. There's no meat. They milk their cows daily. They have their own greenhouse where they get all their vegetables fresh. They grow everything in the greenhouse in the resort.
This is all in the same place,
it's like a wellness center, but I mean it's like a utopia basically, just for vegetarians and people that want to just get to know themselves better. They have they got gyms. They have a sensory deprivation pool where you can go in the dark and water. And
have you ever done anything like that?
Oh no, I want to. That'd be pretty cool.
I definitely do too. What's up, Virginia?
Virginia roots. I like that. That's basically what I'm going with.
You'll be y'all's neighbor.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
There's probably a few people, and let's not name any place that we're at though. But there's probably a few people who I would not doubt for a second probably live within 10 minutes of me that are in this community.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we used to be not too far apart once upon a time, Pilgrim.
Yeah, man, you used to be my boss back in the day, dude.
Yeah, I wasn't your boss.
But not my boss. Yeah, he wasn't my boss.
A leader. A lead. I try anyways.
Oh, we got Graze the Bush in the house.
Whoop, whoop.
Chilling. What's good? Shit, he's right in front of me and shit, looking up shit. So if you want to look anything up at any point in time, however, he's a lightning on that keyboard.
Graze the Bush. Is that who I think it is?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's up? How it be, man? All right. I agree with that.
Pretty good.
It's been a while, guys. I kind of miss you.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have to get together for one of them jam streams, man.
Yeah,
Jose's a badass musician. Put the link out to his channel, Jose. No, it's Joe Tunes. What is it?
It's Joe Tunes, JOETUNES. The J and the T are capitalized, no spaces. Then it goes capital E, lowercase c, 100. I'm new to YouTube, so if I don't have much subscribers, you can look it up, but you probably won't find it because the people have looked it up before.
What's up, Doc? Why are you so mad for, Bubba? Do you want to get up on here and tell us why you're mad, man?
Your little bit is good.
See, you want to hear what Doc has to say, Jose?
Yes, I do.
I
want to hear what everybody has to say.
I'm interested. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. You heard about all this shit going on in with Iran right now and Israel, dude?
I have not. I don't keep track of the news. I try to drown all that out.
A premiere tomorrow for it. It's all kind of like, like propaganda and shit, but
I heard they
Mysterious.
pulled
I'm
U.S. troops
mysterious.
out of Afghanistan or whatever.
Yeah, and Taliban's already taken over everything.
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, is that like a good thing on the?
No,
I
they're
not for
stoned.
the
They
Taliban,
stone women
like the
to death
Afghanis
for
and all
getting
that.
raped.
Like yeah, the
No,
village
like
having a hard time.
no, it's very bad what the Taliban do to people and women.
There's
Doc Mac, long time no see, brother. How you doing, man?
Hold on. I lost my earbud again, so I can't hear you probably. Oh, the cicadas.
Yeah, I hear him.
I don't got that many cicadas up here.
I might have to duck out because I can't hear nothing over the
You
bugs.
don't hear
I got
Let me see if I
Japanese
get my
beetles up
earbuds
here where I'm at.
Yeah, tell us what's got you mad, Doc.
Oh,
And put a shirt on, people. No, wait, no. Take the sleeves off.
where'd he go?
No, because the other night there was some shit where people had no sleeves on were all chill with each other.
Oh,
But
hell.
the people who had the sleeves on, dude,
How's that look?
they were straight fighting with each other. They were like going at each other's throats the other day. So what are you drinking on, Bubba?
That's some kombucha beer that my fiance, Miss Paula Green.
Oh, dude, that looks badass, dude. You know me. You already know what I'd be drinking, dude.
Yes, sir.
That Miller, Bubba. You already know I'd be drinking Miller, Bubba. I would like to drink some of that shit too.
So what about these Afghanis? Who made that call? Was it the president?
Can you look up real quick who made the call to pull the troops out? I'm pretty sure. I think it might have been Donald that took him out last year. Like he was leading up to taking him out or something.
I heard who has power over the military? It's not the president, is it? It is the president. I thought that was like Senate or something or Congress.
I think it is Congress.
The president is the commander in chief.
Oh, okay, yeah, the president is the commander in chief, is what Paul Green just said.
But they can't go to war without Congress's approval.
Yeah, okay, I got you. I'm not a politician, man. Like this is all Paula Green.
I guess it was
In April.
it was Trump that did that set it up last year to happen this year.
What the fuck?
But it does suck what's going on over there. But I'll tell you what, dude, like it's globalism to care too much about some of this shit. You know what I mean? Like we might as well make them a part of the United States, dude. Like,
Well, it used to not be like that down there in Afghanistan and Iran and all that. Like, I mean, in the 60s, it was pretty much just like the hippie age in the U.S. basically. Isn't what did you say something about that, right?
the U.S. used to treat them like bitches back then and shit. You know
Well,
what I mean?
before Saddam Hussein or whatever became in power and started adding up the jihad, whatever.
Saddam kind of kept everybody in check over there. He kind of kept all the terrorists in check. What's up, Doc? What's got you so pissed off, brother, Bubba?
We had
Yeah.
we had a few things going on with our politicians today about the diaper and about the jab and because I live near Kansas City. I ain't scared of where I live. I'm in the outskirts, but these motherfuckers are going crazy.
They're offering
so,
diapers to people when you walk into Walmart in my town, but they're not making us wear that shit yet. But we'll see what happens, dude. I feel like they will be soon. You heard about that Lambada variant?
well,
the whole freak out with that, y'all.
see, a lot of people think that Kansas City is it's a city, but there's like so many counties that cut into it, and so you have to watch where you go. You can go into plenty of places, and
They got any hoods over there?
What?
Are there any hoods over there? In Kansas
Oh my God,
City?
we're one of the most dangerous cities you can be at.
I could see that for sure.
What city is that?
Kansas City.
Was that Missouri?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's way down south of me.
Yeah, no, I
mean, if you're up north like I am, you try that bullshit, you got plenty of patriots coming at your ass.
Yeah.
This is patriot country.
That's where we're at.
And honestly, everybody says, "Oh, no, I live in a totally mixed neighborhood, and there's American flags flying everywhere, and everybody knows to stay the fuck out. And I mean, it's and because we're closer to the military base, it's just not Mexican,
That would be
black,
what's
and
up,
white.
Laura?
It's all nationalities. You know,
JH556.
two doors down, I got my Vietnamese family, and so
You
we're
need to
good.
take a flamethrower to them bushes around you.
Those aren't bushes, dog. Those are trees, man.
Or I'm talking about wherever that noise is originating from. Destroy them.
Cicadas. It's going to take more than a flamethrower. It's going to take a nuclear bomb.
Whatever happened to
Not
that?
every
They said
7
like
years.
every 27 years
And
or some shit.
What?
They come out every 7 years to mate and then die.
Man, if we stay on till it starts getting dark and the lightning bugs come on, I'll point the camera upwards. All the bats come out, and they fly over. I have woods all around me, and so the bats come out and they just do aerobatics in the air. I come out here every night. It's 100 degrees right now out here.
Oh God!
So I'm like,
you should put some videos out about that shit too.
I can't.
But I'm
Discovery Channel shit. What's up, Harold?
Yeah, but here, Pilgrim, you got that? I'm not slamming your garden, bro. I started with buckets, and I love it. You know, I've made so many mistakes over the years, and yesterday it was about 100 degrees, and my wife was like, "Well, you know, you bought some more things," and so we put a new garden in, and
What?
it took me a couple truckloads. So I put that in yesterday, so we can get our second season in. So I don't know if you can see that. That's
How much land are you working with?
one of my planners. What? No,
How much
I'm
land do you
in
have
the
right
city,
there?
dog. I got an acre. I don't know,
That's
3/4 of
badass.
an acre. I got my uh, partial son over there. I have some more. I ripped out most of my garden, and of course I was like, okay, I'm gonna rip out most of my garden, get my second season. And my wife was like, well, why don't we put up, make it bigger just for second season, see what we do. 2 truckloads. It's 100 degrees yesterday, and I took 2 yards of dirt. And so I had to go get those and get the wagon and bring them back here and dump them in there. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I worked all day today, and I thought about I need one more yard of mix, and I was like, I'm not going to do it today because I'm old, nothing like you guys. I'm like, my body needs a day of rest.
Straight up, dude.
Yeah, rest is important.
That heat, I've been missing all the chat. Sorry, guys.
I was about to say, Doc, I was about to ask you, man. I ain't seen you. We're on episode 18 right now, and last time I saw you was episode 12. Where you been at?
I put a video up.
You fucking around.
You want to hear the real story?
Okay, let's hear it.
Nope. You want to know the Pilgrim?
What? Let me hear it.
I've been there with you since the beginning, right? Ride or die, right?
Yes, sir. Ride or die,
And
yeah, do straight up a Rich Bubba, yeah, dude.
I got talked into putting a video up, and YouTube didn't like it, even though it wasn't anything. They hit me for medical information, and
but you're Doc Mac,
right? And so I rebutted. I said, I was like, but it's not a freedom of speech channel. It's their channel, but I wanted to argue with them and say, hey, you know, here's my license. Who took my shit down and gave me a strike 5 minutes after I put it up? I said, because that 20-year-old kid doesn't have my medical knowledge. And they didn't give a shit about that. And so I've been shadow banned pretty much for weeks now. I don't get notifications. I can't post very often. That's why the other night I got on Ghost. I was like, boom! I just keep hitting when everybody posts their live. I keep hitting it, and it tells me I can't. And so when Ghost let me on, I was like, okay, hey, it let me on. I just told everybody I'm still here. I can listen in the chat. I just can't comment. I can't do nothing. And so I was like, I'm out, but I'll stay on your live. But
Straight up.
it was wild. I got hit hard, and I'm like, I got unsubscribed to so many channels,
Dude,
because
they'll
I
be
don't have a lot.
unsubscribing me to people that are my friends.
I don't have a lot of channels I'm actually subscribed to, but it nailed me on most of them. And I'm like, why am I not seeing those? And I start going on those channels. I'm like, okay, it says subscribe, and I'm like, I've been subscribed for several years, but I changed my name last year, to protect, me. I was like, oh, damn, I got hit hard.
Your audio is.
That's why Joe Rogan went to fucking Spotify, because all the copyright bullshit and all that for his podcast, they kept on drilling him for it.
Yeah, dude. That's
Yeah.
why you can. What
They
did he say?
monetize his videos for dumb shit, talking about the government and all that, and aliens or whatever the fuck.
That's why some of this shit won't have commercials in
Yeah,
it.
they censor them, and then they just won't pay him as much. So fucking Spotify offered him like a $2 million deal or something like that. And you can say whatever the fuck you want on Spotify. Like literally, what on YouTube you can't say shit about government, whatever, yada yada. But on Spotify, literally, if you do a podcast like this, you can say whatever the fuck you want, and they don't censor. They don't care. They're wanting to
I
make
don't
it.
think you get monetized. Like, you know how we be cussing freely? I don't
Yeah,
think
they don't give a fuck if you get on Spotify.
No, you can't get monetized on
That
cussing.
sucks. We'd have to go back and edit each video and get rid of each cuss.
Yeah, but I got nailed, and it was a battle dressing video, pretty much. I said a few things. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said. But they hit me. I had the evidence. I got the license. Just asked me for it. I told them I'd send it to them, and they were like, "Nah, we're good." And I'm like, "Okay, I know better now." And it took me till now to decide to get on your page. So I haven't been hiding from you, Pilgrim.
Okay, that's why I worry. Sometimes I worry because, like, for a while, John T. McGill, I couldn't see. I was like, "Where's John T. at?" Now I've been like, "Where the hell is Southern Belle teacher at?" You know what I'm saying?
We get hit.
But I think I need to be more controversial, dude. I'm trying to get there, guys. Like,
Program, I think you're the most controversial person I know.
Yeah, no, but the people don't know that yet. People don't, I keep my. If I were to say all the shit that I say in private, you know what I mean, like.
Oh yeah, the conversations in private they're not even explicit. Yeah, they're nonsense. Yeah, talking to you on here is different from talking to you in person because there's no limit. Like, remember when we were at work talking about aliens and God and shit, and all the servers would just walk out of the kitchen and forget their food because they couldn't handle what the fuck we were saying?
Dude, yeah, they couldn't, man. We'd be sitting here and like.
Of course, we were yelling over them and cussing. So, I mean, obviously, I walked
exactly. And they'd be like, they said, you'd be like, if I'm being like, aliens are real, and I'd be like, dude, aliens are something that's fake that was invented by the U.S. government so they could control the world one day.
It's weird having friends though, with such different views.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Pilgrim, you need to hit me up on my email. It's in my about on my page. Okay.
Okay, man. Yeah, we can set up a chat. We can set up something to have like a set topic one day. We can start getting some shit going.
But we
Because,
can
but
we
this
can
shit's
talk.
like Family Guy though. This shit's like
Yeah, what was
Family Guy.
bullshit, basically.
But we can talk on the phone and we can roll on what we
Yeah, dude.
believe.
Yeah, we see what's good.
If you can find me, who knows if I'm lost in everything now.
I don't know, but it's all on me.
There we go.
Uh,
Hit it. Oh shit! I look
Huh.
so fat on this, and I've lost so much weight.
Yeah,
I can't
that's right.
imagine.
But you have a
Oh,
good
you
heart
fine.
though.
You fine.
Dude, I weighed myself tonight. I'm like 176 pounds now, and I look like I'm 250 pounds.
I'm 130 soaking wet.
Yeah, but I'm 30 years older than you.
Through that. I
Yeah,
try to
you're
get
8 years
too. It
older
just
than
don't
him,
work.
dude.
I've lost 60 pounds in the last 2 years, and it doesn't show on camera.
How do you do that shit?
Um, my
You do
garden,
what kind of
eating
cardio?
out my garden.
That's what's good.
What?
I need to. I'm gonna give me one of them bullet magic shakes. Oh
Just
yeah, one of the magic bullet shake makers. Yeah, dude.
eat 'em right, and it might freak you all out, but I have Kavita kombucha every morning for breakfast.
I'm drinking kombucha
You,
beer
I
right
eat
now.
booty every fucking morning too, boy.
I love kombucha. My
that
fiance,
that that kombucha has healed my fucking innards,
it's
and
good for
it gives this old man a lot more
So what is
energy.
kombucha?
very
What
good.
exactly is kombucha on some real shit?
It's a fungi that they make into a tea. I love explain it so I can explain
But
it.
but it you have to watch what you drink because I can handle like the commercial Kavita, and it's good for me. I've been drinking it for 2 years now. You know, I get it at Costco because I'm a cheap bastard. Uh, but that kombucha, it heals your gut and any problems you have with it.
It's a
You know,
very strong accident.
whether it's your gallbladder, you know, your bowels, your stomach, whatever. Kombucha is a great thing, and for an old man like me, it gives me a bunch more energy. I don't know if you, Jose, I don't know if you
No,
agree
it
with that.
does. It does. I'm drinking kombucha beer, so it's not as healthy. But actual kombucha tea, that's just rich in antioxidants.
Kombucha beer is just kombucha with like smoothies added to it.
Oh,
So
okay.
it is still kombucha.
I got
It's
you.
just alcohol.
So actually, the kombucha beer isn't really that bad for you. It's just the yeast from a beer added to it. It's not actual like alcohol itself. But no, they make it from from a fungi. It's basically a mushroom, but it's a fungi. It's a SCOBY, is what it's called. And they let that ferment, and they add the tea or whatever to it in a tincture, and I guess that's what makes the kombucha. But it's shit's really good for you. I mean, the
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
kombucha.
look
but
that up.
the thing
Just
about it is, you have to watch what kind of kombucha you drink because, like, a lot of people can handle kombucha, especially if it's straight
boy,
from.
It's a
up in
very
the league.
acquired taste. Many people wouldn't like it at first. I didn't like it at first until I got the right flavor.
That's why
Yo,
with
Harold, I
the
don't know if you would. I would definitely love to talk to you guys one day and get up on there if you was talking to me. But was good. We get up on there. Was good at cracking. Now I didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
You're fine.
We're looking something up.
We're just bullshit right now.
yeah, but no, that Kavita's changed my life in so many ways. I mean, 2 years I do it for breakfast instead of having biscuits and gravy. I have biscuits and gravy on occasion, but that kombucha, man, it gives me energy. You know, because I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and so it kicks me in, and I roll for the day until lunch, and then I,
It's a lot better
you
than
know,
some.
Will you put it in the chat, Leslie, and then I'll read it because I want to find out about this, like what it's called, what the order is called.
Oh shit. Yeah, we need to get on like a topic. Like, what's happening? I know you know some
I know you got the scoop on things. Tell us what's going on with this.
There's been a lot of activity. Apparently, this I don't know if this is true or not. I got this through some inside sources, and this might be kind of like a Q conspiracy, but I don't want to get too much into Q because I'm not a Q believer. I'm not a Q believer. I do believe that child satanic Luciferian devil worshippers control the earth. But
Yeah, no, me too.
I don't think Donald Trump is Jesus Christ or anything like that. You know, I think Michael Jackson might be Q. You know, but I don't even think Q exists. But this is what it is. I don't think there's nobody fighting there. But this is what it is, though. Apparently, you know how Russia and China and Iran are the enemies. Apparently, they're actually good guys trying to fight against the world, the evil, like the evil shadow government in coalition with Donald Trump. And he's supposedly this dude's supposed to come back on Friday the 13th. And I think that's next week. If I'm not look at when Friday the 13th is. Yeah, because I don't want to be getting
on Friday the 13th.
This is just some shit I heard. I'm not saying this is true, but apparently India, Russia, China, Iran, they're all coming together to go to war with the New World Order, supposedly. 2021, Friday the 13th, 2021. And I know that shit sounds absolutely insane.
Are you talking like the cooperatives, like Illuminati?
Oh yeah, it is in August. No, not maybe the Illuminati, not necessarily. I wouldn't call them the. I would call them
the Illuminati. All the world powers that come together and negotiate terms of fucking.
It's the Luciferian cabal, is what they're. It's the Luciferian cabal, and the Pope might be their leader. Maybe the Pope might be their leader.
That's crazy shit. I mean, it makes sense, man. I mean, everybody's got to have a boss, so why wouldn't a fucking government have a boss to it? But I believe in the Illuminati and all that. Like, you know, Walt Disney, he was a 33-degree Freemason. Like, he literally had to subliminalize and put little messages in his cartoons just to brainwash kids so they become fucking drug addicts and murderers and shit when they grow up. And like,
Freemason.
It's crazy shit how that shit works.
I don't know if I'm all about that, but
Doc, you're Freemason, aren't you?
No. Actually, I was a D-Malay when I was a kid. I was a D-Malay when I was a kid, but I'm not a Mason at all.
I've heard a lot
of good. Do you know how you become a Mason, guys? Do you know how you become a Mason?
My great grandfather.
You need a master Mason. That's how you become a Mason.
I chose not to.
Jerry, you're gonna love this. We have a sword. We were digging out the closet in our room when we were fixing it up, and we found this fucking sword because Paula Green's grandfather used to be a Freemason. He was a head Freemason, is what she said. But when they would do their funerals, they'd have a ritual. They would have swords. They'd wear like suits and shit, and it'd be medieval and like kind of fucking. I mean,
that's from where that
shit. They talk in a different language and shit. Yeah, they speak in Latin. So I mean, it's a religion basically. Freemasonry is basically like another religion by itself. And we got some shit for you that you're gonna love to see. Brittany, we're gonna give it to you. That's what she's saying. So I think you can take this shit and run with it. But I've heard a lot of things about the Freemasons. Some are good, some donate to charity, and some fucking kill children. You know, I mean, it's just.
It depends on the individual, I guess. You know, it depends how much money.
It depends on your degree too of masonry.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Because you know, they ask you this. They tell you once you get to a certain level, they say, "Spit on this cross, spit on this image of Christ." And if you say no, they say, "Oh, that's okay. You're still at the level. You passed the test."
But if you do spit on it,
they say you really passed the fucking test.
Yeah, dude. When you get to killing fucking.
Yes, because other than that, then that's like, all right, now you're ready to come do some really bad shit.
Yeah,
and then that's the committee of 300, and then you got the head of the 13 bloodlines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to say this shit is crazy, but I believe it. Like, I believe shit like that goes down.
100%.
Fucked up.
Yeah, dude. Because but they've existed since Bible times, though.
Yeah.
They've existed since like this shadow group that exists. It's not the Illuminati. The Illuminati It means the illuminated ones. They started in Bavaria and Westerpatat, Germany.
Yeah,
right?
they're just world powers coming together. It's just the
Yes, but it
cooperative.
was a fight against the Luciferianism is the religion of the Roman emperors, and that involves child sacrifice, that involves cannibalism, that involves idol worship, that
But they
involves
said the
ritualism.
Illuminati when what do they call that shit? When the Antichrist comes or whatever, that all the world powers will come together, and that's when the new order will be made. Is when the Antichrist comes to be, or they find the new Antichrist, and that's what the Illuminati, the cooperative,
What's good? We talking about secret societies, Bubba. But I think Illuminati. But we're gonna talk about. That's why we're heading into Foxhill here because he's here to give us he's like, what is the logical? Why do we prep because of these secret societies?
Why?
Because, dude, they're gonna wipe up like at least 25 to 35% of the Earth's population, if not more, dudes. And it's gonna be
we're overpopulating this bitch, man. We're causing too much damage. There's gotta be something.
I think that because they just want to keep what's left alive as slaves, as some kind of slave.
I don't want to say why overpopulation.
I don't know if they would want to. There's no reason really to kill all of us. If you
my fiance has a good point though. Like it's being done artificially over the years, like with all the plastics and pollutants being tossed into the air, the carbon emissions. Men are reproducing less and less, each century than they have. So it's
probably because there are more and more fucking gay chicks on
Joe Rogan. Get all the chemicals going into your body.
I'm not bashing on anything like that. That's probably where there's not. That's probably where the population's declining. Have you seen that? You guys know who Lil Nas X is?
Yeah, I've heard of that guy.
Dude, this dude's newest music video where they're in a prison and shit, dude.
I love it.
It sucks, dude, because kids will be watching this shit. Did she say? She's like, I love it.
She loves it. She loves it.
Is that the one where he's lap dancing the devil?
Dancing on? Yeah, it's the same guy. But he
I know what you're talking about.
Old Town Road, that song he did to Billy Ray.
Yeah, no, the one where he's getting Satan a lap dance, or whatever.
No, this is the different one. This is the newest
one. Oh, that's a different one. See, I don't keep up with this. I'm all about.
There's a new one. There's a new one after that one.
Yeah, no, this one is even worse. It shows them in prison and shit in a shower with a bunch of dudes and shit. Like, it's just extremely satanic. Like not even gay. It's just like because they know kids are gonna be seeing this shit. And the words that this dude is singing inside of this song.
It's up to parents to limit that shit.
Yeah, dude, but we can't show the shit. We can't show no clips.
They're just trying to desensitize you, but it's just the truth, man. That shit goes on.
People to that shit. They're trying to put us back in some kind of like ancient, like that's what I'm saying back in. And a Luciferian style exists. That's what the Romans were Luciferians before.
So was Walt Disney. He literally utilized sex and drugs and fucking SpongeBob and shit growing up.
I don't know if that was Walt Disney that did SpongeBob, but I do know that.
Well, yeah, that was Nickelodeon, but you get what I'm saying. The point of it.
But no, that Nickelodeon shit. The dude who did, what's up with that dude who made Nickelodeon?
I don't know too much about him.
I digress. But the guy who was involved with Dan Snyder, the guy who was involved with Amanda Bynes show, Drake and. Dude, that guy Drake from Drake and Josh, he just recently, he's a sex offender now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he's fucking famous. He can do whatever he wants, basically.
So James Franco and shit, but like a lot of this guy Dan Schneider, he would like do cast and call shit to some of these people who are on these shows. Look up that article that she just put. So I want to read about that. What do you think about that, Bubba? My bad.
You guys are moving fast.
Yeah.
These
we
videos
talk about secret societies.
Well, these videos that are being produced, if they're part of an agenda, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but if there's part of an agenda, would be to normalize our reaction to it, the content. make it so it's less extreme, so you don't recoil. If you talk to people that are growing up in religious organizations like the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Mormons, if you talk about something that's slightly off kilter, their conscience and morality makes a strong notice of it, and they react.
Christians,
And they let their conscience steer them away from it. But when you're being raised and this kind of strange stuff is broadcast to you on a regular basis, it might be that when you encounter it in the world, if it is more normal to you, you don't just turn and go the other way as easily. I think that that's the effect of what's going on with these music videos and stuff. But as far as what's getting promoted, it's almost like they're all trying to one up each other, and they take turns like on center stage trying to be
their god or their satanic.
That's the norm, though. For people to make these wild, just colorful videos just to offend or desensitize somebody, and whether them other people that are it's affecting, making it the norm, they're like, oh, well, how are they doing this? What is their purpose?
That's what y'all are talking about.
Well, hip hop people are always
They're talking about it right now, so it's the norm.
Hip hop
It's
people are
already
definitely
working.
like on some gay shit.
well, hip hop people they like to brag. Look at me in my car, or I'm selling drugs, or look at I'll come kill you. And
yeah, all that's just the norm now. It's all the norm. It's just
so it's okay to do crimes. It's okay to be fucking right, baby. We were that's red, white, and blue in here. It sucks that Derek Lewis lost that fight the other night against that French bastard.
Oh, I didn't see this fight. Derek Lewis lost against a French bastard.
Yeah, dude. Did he get knocked out, or is he?
I don't even know why it offends me that it was a French bastard, because a French bastard could beat anybody as long as he was well trained. But I know Derek Lewis and his fighting.
That other dude was badass.
Oh, that other guy is the future champ. I'll tell you right now, Cyril Gahn, future champ.
That's who it was?
Yeah, he's the French guy, Cyril Gahn.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's the norm. I got you. Okay, I understand that. That makes sense.
He's gonna be champion, he said.
Good. I gotta get caught up on UFC. Wait a minute.
Dude, there's been some good shit, dude. I really got into it. There's rumors that George St. Pierre might be fighting Khabib one day.
It's
no, Khabib's retired. He won't do it. He's retired.
Yeah, he's gotten fat now. Yeah, but it's always there. It could always happen.
Unless they meet on the streets and fight.
He is 29-0 in the UFC, and he is now 5-0 in coaching. Straight up.
He retired in his prime. He still has a lot of life on him.
But real quick, that article that Leslie was talking about, it had some scary shit. He greenlit some kind of bill that would allow them to quarantine the rural populations in the cities and shit. Like, I guess to have another quarantine again. So it seems like there's going to be another shutdown soon here.
Wait, what, in Tennessee?
Yeah, man.
Are they updating the mask restrictions and making you wear masks again?
Yeah. Yo, one of you guys get her to look this up on her phone. It's called ruraltraining.org.
Well, then we'll get the next take right after. Yeah, we'll get it bad. We'll get it worse, because when I left Tennessee, the mask restrictions weren't nearly as strict as it was here in VA when I got here. It's settled down now that they lift the mask restriction. But if it starts to go back up again, it'll be way worse here. I'll have to wear a mask into work everywhere I go. It'll be mandatory.
Well, I'll wear a mask all day long. Of course, I work in the hospital. It's mandatory. So.
Yeah, I understand that. I got you. Yeah. But I don't. We're just walking in the wall.
When I walk out that door, crunch. I'm done.
Yeah.
And so I go outside the city, and I do my shopping elsewhere, because I'm done with it.
It's just literally hard for me to breathe when I got a mask on. It's like an exhaust pipe, and I got a very up pace, high heart rate, and I can't have that on my mouth 24/7 and breathe right. I have to have it on.
I like to
Why?
wear the mask, kind of, so that
I
way I don't
fucking
have
hate
to
it,
bug
dude. It
with
makes me itchy, makes me break out. I can't breathe right. It's like my body knows it's just an external dependency that's on me, and I can't cope with it. I can't do it. I
Why?
know if I'm sick or not. I'm not spreading no COVID. I know my body enough to if I'm sick, I won't go out and do that. But
Well, I do it for a living,
Oh,
and it's not a big thing. I've been wearing a mask my whole life, pretty
yeah,
much, or
more
most of
okay,
my
yeah,
adult
doing
life.
that business, yeah.
But I don't like to be told I can't. I have to wear it. But I
Exactly. That's
do.
what kind of
Yeah,
sketches me
that's
out
me
about
too.
that shit, dude.
Yeah.
But when they mandate it, I do just so I can go gray.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I
And
mean, before
so
I walk into a restaurant, if it says mask mandatory, I'll put a mask on. But like once I get sit it down, I start to eat, I'm taking it off.
no,
Walmart and shit.
we
Fuck.
well with my diet and stuff, or not really a diet. I just chose to stop eating processed foods all the time and have my garden all the time.
More unit. Yep.
And so I just don't. When the wife wants to go out somewhere fancy, we go somewhere fancy, you know. But I don't do very much. But if they say put a mask on, I put a mask on. I go gray. I don't fight them.
Great.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not childish. I'll put a mask on. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
I'll leave if I don't have a
It's not
mask
worth
on.
all
But
the
ask me to
bullshit. It's
leave.
not worth getting into a fight over.
Yeah, I mean, it's
But
all the ego. Just fucking just put the mask on. Saves a lot
Yeah,
of
dude,
stress.
get beyond exactly the ego. Gets
Yeah.
defeated.
but
Yeah, dude.
but a private restaurant that I choose, that's a private company. They can make their own rules.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
Okay. Okay. So all these private companies can do that. So if I go into Costco or Walmart, okay, yeah, it's America. They can make their own rules, and I have to abide by them if I want to go in there. Now, now with the government, you want to tell me I have to put a mask on? I'll kiss whatever you want to kiss. I don't have to do it, and I wear a mask all day long. And sometimes with call and everything, I might wear a mask almost pretty much 72 hours straight. So it's not the fact that I have to wear it because that's my job, but if the government tells me I have to wear it because you're being some dingleberry, and I get surgical masks. You guys don't get surgical masks. You get some, I don't know what
Yeah,
you guys
Northern
get.
Girl. I've
Yeah,
been messing
and
with that.
that's what I want. That's what I want to make a point about. The fucking little cloths you're putting over your mouth that are sold at Dollar General. That's literally not doing much. I mean, it's
That's not
maybe
shit,
it's
dude.
better
Yeah,
to
exactly.
spread more than it is the intake, but that air's still coming from all directions. Unless you're wearing a fucking respirator like I do when I'm cabin staining, or an actual fucking particle shield face mask that has the gasket that goes around your chin, your cheekbones, you're still getting contaminants in. So that fucking cloth
Right.
mask getting Dollar General is not going to fucking help you at all. Like your mask has to have a literal particle shield that prevents the contaminants from coming in, or a fucking respirator with a fucking two-stage particle filter that'll keep all that from coming in.
Now, here's where
Guys,
I'll disagree with you just a little bit, Josh. Uh, uh, a mask will catch something. It's going to catch something. It's
Yeah,
not
no,
going to
like
catch everything.
it won't catch all of it, but it won't catch majority of it. But still, with everything
But
everybody says, all it takes is one little fucking molecule, and then you got the COVID, and you're dying, and yada yada that, yada yada this.
right.
Like if I'm gonna take that chance, then just while wear the mask in general. But I mean, if I was gonna
Yeah,
wear a mask, I'd go forward down. I get a particle shield, not just fucking have it clamped on my mouth.
I've been wearing gas mask all the time, all day, every day, dude.
and
Guys, I got a
I've seen
question for
people
you
do
guys.
that. I've seen people
and,
wear full face respirators.
We
and
got
the
a
gas
question.
mask will not work.
It has to be a respirator. It has to have the particle shields.
The gas mask won't work
Guys,
because I have a gas mask downstairs that I got from the military.
Guys, we have a question. I
Okay.
didn't mean to do that to you.
Oh my God, Jerry.
We got a question.
Damn!
We got a question. We got a question, okay? All right, guys. I'm gonna. Oh my God, I'm just getting confused. But for real, we do got a question now. Let me go back here real quick. And we guys. So this is how do you? This is from an outside listener. They wanted to talk, but they didn't want to put a comment in. How do you think the Antichrist is going to come out? What do you think his approach is going to be? And that's from they didn't want to comment, but they wanted me to ask that question real quick, and I'll throw that out today. Starting with Jose, what do you think, Bubba?
Dude, the
Then going
Antichrist,
Foxhole,
man.
and then going to Doc.
The Antichrist is human fucking being, bro. Like, we're destroying our planet. We're raping children. We're killing fucking women. We're blowing each other the fuck up. We're destroying land and air and trees just to build artificial fucking structures for more contamination. Like, dude, I mean, there is no devil with horns coming out. That's the son of Satan. That's gonna cause the end of the world. We're already doing it.
But he's gonna be a very charismatic person that people.
But if there
love.
was, you wouldn't know he's right beside you. He'd just be
Exactly.
a person in general, just like your neighbor. You would never
I think
know.
I know who the Antichrist
Inside,
is.
inside his little lair, he's plotting the doom. He's plotting the fucking destruction. Oh God. But honestly, if I saw Satan, or like if I was fucking getting haunted by a demon, I'd be more comfortable with a demon in my house than a stranger walking from the street walking into my house. I'd legit be more secure and safe.
That's more like a mental thing.
100%.
It's a mental thing, but it's just the way I feel, man. Because like, what's the
God bless you, Bubba. You are one of the best subs that we got.
All right, next. I
What do
digress.
you think, Foxhole?
I think that the Bible tells us exactly how it's going to go. As confusing as Revelation is. But he's going to be charismatic. He's not going to cuss. He's going to be cool-headed. And he's going to influence a lot of people. All right? But if you want to know about the Antichrist, read Revelation. It's in there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly. It's going to be somebody that I think it might be the next prime minister of Israel. He's like a young dude.
I think it's said that he comes as in the form of a Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then turns out he's not, but he's led a lot of people away that way and gained the influence.
He's basically somebody that there's no record of him ever doing anything bad on the official record.
Yeah, like I said, charismatic. Yeah.
Heard that.
But, you know, people need to get right with themselves. And it won't matter who comes in front of you, as long as you have your relationship straight with the Creator.
So that,
you know, the Quakers, they believe that you don't need someone between you and your Creator. Like the idea of a pastor in a church is kind of radical to them because they feel like you should be able to have a connection with God. And
like church.
Well, I'm not a Christian. If I get that point, you have to have like a middleman.
That's a spiritual thing in general.
One that guides you. You know, it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why can't I just stay at home and pray rather than go to a church and have to pray there? Why does that make me less of a person if I don't?
Well, there's strength in a congregation. People build each other up spiritually. And so when you're surrounded by peers who have a similar view, it strengthens your beliefs.
But it's just you can do that with other like minds. You can do that with other like minds. Just, you know,
exactly
by yourself. But it's like some people believe that you have to go and you have to be there and attend every Sunday, every Wednesday, the Sabbath. You have to do that, or it's just like you're less than them. Then again, all people aren't like that. My dad's a Christian. He's not like that. He believes you can pray
Imagine
whatever
how
you
good
need, pray whatever
society
you
would be
want.
if everybody lived their life like that, Jose.
Well, if you think about
That's
it,
like the Pilgrims, like the Puritans, like the Quakers. That you're saying that's how they live their lives. That's how these Amish people live their lives, and they're happy. They're satisfied.
if you think about it like a metaphor of a child, because a lot of times there is this father-child relationship metaphor that's used with religion. A child that's told they must behave and must do something often doesn't, and does it spitefully. Like, you must attend church. And like right now, Jose, your reaction is sort of that class where you're like, why should I have to?
Well, I was
Well,
never when I was young. My dad never made me. My parents, my grandparents are atheists. They don't believe in God. They're very agnostic. Like if they want a believer, they want a deity to follow, they have to show themselves before they believe, because they believe in themselves and what they can do. Like
but
they're
you're
in them. It's already there. That's why I'm still alive to this day. But I was never forced into any religion of any kind. It's just
but you're
I used to pray a lot, but nothing ever came from it until I started making the changes myself and believing in myself.
yeah, but your reaction is like strong to the idea that attendance is a requisite. But
I believe in God. I believe in God and the Creator. I believe in the universe. I believe there is a higher power that controls the making of energy itself that cannot be created nor destroyed. I believe in all of that. I believe that the consciousness itself it can't just rely upon your own personal being. You have to have something that's above that and beyond that, something that's actual spiritual. But you have to place some belief in besides knowing what you know that is. So I mean, I get it. I really do, but I just don't get religion. I don't get why there's so many different religions and that they all have to butt heads and they have to.
It's because Ceremaius,
I don't get.
Shammuz, and Nimrod.
Yeah, like
Okay,
I don't have
because
anything
Nimrod died in battle, got
I just have.
reincarnated as the sun, and then Ceremaius got impregnated, but she wasn't really impregnated. She said Shammuz is Nimrod reincarnated, and there is the origin of all pagan and false religions. But in the beginning, if you read in the Bible in Genesis, it says, "I will put enmity between your seed and the woman's seed," talking about the snake. And in the Bible, the seed is not referred to as coming from a woman besides in that point. So there's a hint at the virgin birth at the very beginning. What's up, Bubba? Doc Mac, sir?
Hey, my belief with the Antichrist is, yeah, he's already here somewhere,
I say fuck that bastard, dude.
and he's in a
Pardon my French.
Careful, Pilgrim.
and he's being protected. He's locked away, and when we feel a true shift, you know what I mean. And when everything goes to hell, and we are looking for somebody to bring us out of the darkness,
After
even
Project
all
Bluebeam, after they do that fake alien invasion.
right, even all those preppers that can just hold on for a long time. I mean, they're not gonna make everybody hold on for too long because they just can't have a few preppers at the end of the world or whatever you want to call it. But so they're gonna let some people expire, and then they're gonna there's gonna be this likable guy that comes out and goes, "Yes, I'm a true conservative, and I want to help you all, and this is the way it has to be, not the way they've been showing you." I think they're showing us the exact opposite end, so that when it comes out and he's, more towards everybody else, and that might be the Antichrist. It's like, oh boy, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm like, he's not going to be like this super liberal person. He's going to be this likable person for all the middle of the road people, not even the far right or the far left. He's going to be the person that everybody in the middle likes. And a lot of people are going to be starving just over on the left. And us
They'll be
preppers and stuff
cannibalizing
like
their own children, dude. A lot of people will be cannibalizing their own children. That happened in China and Russia and throughout all human history.
But I think we're going to get a middle of the class independent that is like liked by anybody that isn't brainwashed by the left or right, and they'll be like, "Damn, this dude talks our language finally for a change, not all this other bullshit." And everybody's gonna be like, "Okay," and all the people or a lot of people from far left and far right are gonna go, "Okay, this guy actually makes sense. Let's come together." And boom, that might be him.
That's kind of what I was saying. Charismatic and lead people.
Not a drinker, not a smoker, not a cusser, not like. But he would have done that in his life before.
Yeah,
Or said he did it. But like, I used to smoke, I used to drink, but I used to be cool.
And the person doesn't even have to recognize their role in the scheme of things, unless it's said otherwise in the scripture. But they could just be the catalyst, unknowing.
Dude, imagine if they're going to be children who would grow up to become this man. He might not even be here, but he might have been born like last year or some shit, or a couple of days ago or something.
Well, that's what the Hollywood movies are about. The Omen, I think, is the baby.
Do you think it could be a girl, though? Could the Antichrist be a woman?
Yes.
It says in the Bible. Does it say in the Bible what sex they'll be, if it'll be man or woman?
I wish I remember. It did start talking about a woman in the Bible. But I didn't get all the way through it.
The Whore of Babylon.
They're trying to make us all so feminine and trying to understand women now. It's like, okay, maybe
John T.
that's
McGill, legendary Bubba.
Pelosi? No. My big ass is going to do something about that.
I definitely respect women. I think women are special. And I think women are better than men, because without women, there wouldn't even exist. Women are our mothers, they're our wives, they're our daughters, they're our sisters, they're all these things, But but I just think that the way things are nowadays seems just a little messed up to me. It just seems like it's just all of a sudden when the air conditioner got invented and shit, things seem to change and people wanted to. But I digress. Let me change topics. But it just seems like because people, they don't have to work. I was watching this interview with some people. This woman, she was alive. She was born in, I think it was 1891, and she was talking about what it was like to live back whenever cars first started coming out. Whenever she's like, it was hard. They had to work back then. But I just think that this kind of push to feminize men, to this kind of push to sexualize society. It's almost like we're living in a Greek style. This is are we in Rome right now? You know what I mean?
See, which is crazy, because I was raised by all women that were nurses, so I have that caring
for a while.
instinct. But they still taught me. They were like, "Okay, you need to go with your one uncle and learn how to be a man." That's not being taught now, and so that's why I think
they never know what some kids. They never know what a father's influence or what a man's influence is like in their life. But I don't think that'll turn them feminine. I think watching some of this shit on TV and watching these music videos and listening to some of these songs is what does.
Oh no, I have to hammer my son sometimes because how feminine the school has tried to make him, and I'm like, oh hell no, we're not doing that. You still have to respect your mother. Hold doors open for women. Say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and you have to be a man about things. And they're not
Were
taught
you
that
raised like
anymore.
that, Foxhole? Being from California,
Say the question again.
were you raised like that to say yes, ma'am, and no, sir, and all that stuff? Like being from California. 'Cause I used to live in Washington State, and they were like, "Whoa, that's crazy. We never hear people say that shit."
Yeah, I think that there's less of that here unless you're in like a military family. Now there's still chivalry, holding the door for people, old people, women.
I'll hold the door for anybody if I see someone come in and you know what I say. Like,
But I sometimes say yes, sir, ma'am, stuff like that. And it kind of takes people back and they assume that I might be from the military, like having served or something. But I tell them that's not the case. So yeah, it's a little unusual. People are a little more laid back. I think maybe that's a Southern thing more.
I'm
You know?
I'm from I grew
Well,
up
not surprised for
in
sure.
Kansas and now I live in Missouri, and that's a common thing. You just say, if you have an older person, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, no, sir. Now I'm older, and the the kids are saying that to me, and I'm like, yeah, that's respect. That's what's
Yeah,
supposed to happen.
it's a
And
gesture of respect, and it's like, why not do it? Some
yeah,
people are so fired up that they don't want to humble themselves.
and I told my son, if I ever hear you not doing that, I'm gonna kick your ass. I mean, I mean, but that's just not how I was raised. That's not how he was raised. And my daughter, she's yes ma'am, no ma'am, but she still holds door open for I, you tell them, you hold doors open for older people, and you go please sir, or yes sir, no sir. I'm like, no, that's just the way it's done. I don't know what the problem is, but all these people now have a problem with it. And I'm like, no, just show respect to your elders. Now
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
know
an
they say
elder, I'm
yes,
like, oh
yes
boy.
sir, and no ma'am, and all that stuff. It implies gender.
well, I think this kind of brings me back to a thought that was interrupted, and I was saying to Jose that there's this metaphor with the relationship between God and His children. And when you're told to obey, you get reactionary and you don't want to do the things you're told. But what is really sought is children that want to please, children that want to do the right thing. So people that come into the flock and the congregation willingly, they really add to it. And I think the same thing could be said for what you're talking about, the yes sir, no sir. You're going to get people that just want to like stomp their feet and spit. And then you're going to get people that recognize the gesture that it creates and they want to do it. And that's what we really should be trying to cultivate with the children we're raising and the friends that we're influencing, is to create a kind society, that's contributing to each other, building each other up.
I agree 100%. Um, and in fact, um, I, I fly a flag outside every day. And my son now, if he sees the wind kicking up and or the rain or something, because I'm in the Midwest, and he'll go out and unfurl it just so it can fly free. And at first he's like, Dad, what's the big deal with the flag? And I'm like, you know, I almost died for that flag. Do you understand? And he was like, oh yeah, but Dad, you didn't die for that, almost die for that flag. And I'm like, did I almost die? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, that was for that flag. That stands for everything that us in the military believe in and us stand for. I said, I will die for that flag. You don't understand me. And ever since that day, honestly, he will go out in the pouring rain and unfurl a flag while I'm at work because I have a camera that faces um, from the gutter to the front door just so I can see packages, you know. And
He knows it's important to you,
and
and and
I'll see front door going off, and I'll look out, and it's pouring rain, and here's my son unfurling the flag so it can fly,
yeah.
and I'm
Well,
like, that's my that's my boy.
and by your persistent example, you see, he's younger. He's gone through the hormonal thing. He was a little bit angsty, probably like, what's the deal with the flag? But you just stayed consistent, and he started to learn from your example until he got over that angst and he figured it out, you know? And it's good that he came around and you were patient with that. But that's really all you can do with the people that are around us doing this kind of thing.
And he grew up around a family that were, you know, ever since World War One, or yeah, the Civil War, pretty much. My family's been involved in, and so we fight for our country. And he's not going to because he's so damn smart, but he's going to save a lot of lives, you know, becoming a doctor. But my
Well,
daughter might be in the military.
you can contribute a lot more to the country by helping heal people than going out there and shooting strangers, you know?
Exactly.
But
Save
you know,
lives.
that's what I've been. I pounded my stepkids and my kids. You got to respect that flag. That flag stands for so much, and so many people are doing shit to it. And there's actually a video where I got into it at a local mall down here
Is it on page,
where
dog?
they tried to burn a flag at the very beginning about 2 years
Is it on your
ago.
page?
No, I don't have anything on my page now. I had that one video and it got taken down.
Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I I end up on the news and almost lost my job over it. They were like, "You did what?" And then and I was like, "No, they're trying to burn the flag at this local mall, this 2 blocks from me, and it's an outdoor mall." And that's when all the stuff was first starting. I'm like, "They're not burning my flag, and you fly it in front of my hospital."
I'd kick somebody's ass.
If anybody tries to take this flag down in front of my hospital, I'm gonna tune them up. I said, I don't care. I don't care what happens to me. That flag is what I signed a blank check. That flag is what represents me. So a lot of people don't understand that.
You know, the American flag stands for a lot of ideals and a lot of amazing progress for humanity. Unfortunately, that there has also been a lot of horrible things done under the banner. You know, children being killed, war crimes. But it's what the person who wants to burn the flag is choosing to focus on. You know, you can focus on the good or the bad. And unfortunately, since we're human, there will be bad things done in the name of, you know, Old Glory. But then it goes back to that angst, you know, versus wanting to please and wanting to harmonize and enrich the community.
Yeah, luckily, I where this mall is, where I live, close. It's called Platte County. It's a conservative county, and we go up north. It wasn't in actual Kansas City. Um, it's in Kansas City, but not. And so I had to go to court. And I told the judge, I was like, no, you're not burning the flag. you know what that means to me? And yeah, it cost me a lot of money to get out of it, but I was
So
like,
did he just fine
no,
you or what?
what? No, he didn't
Did
do
he?
nothing. He didn't dismiss the case because I
Yeah.
I I was assaulted because I was ripping the flag out of him and doing what I need to do to protect my flag.
Did you get arrested?
Um, yeah,
Okay,
but
so
it's off my brain.
you got rough,
It's,
you got arrested, you had to do the necessary motions, you went to court and the judge said, damn straight you took it out of his hands, case dismissed.
I was arrested by Kansas City,
Yeah.
but then I went to Platte County for the case,
Flag
and
County.
Were you in jail?
yeah, another county, because a, a patriotic county, and they're
Yeah,
like, oh,
Flag
Were you
County.
in jail, John?
oh,
Oh, so they took care of
they're
you.
they're like, oh hell no, and the kids see cops are cool. They're like, bro, you
Yeah,
busted
dude,
his
cops
nose,
kick
and
ass.
you stomped this guy a few times, and I'm like, he was burning our flag, he was burning my ensign. I was like, I'm not doing that, and so I got taken down. You know, I had to get out, and then I had to go to work. Almost lost my job
Yeah.
because they're like, "You got arrested," and I'm like, "No, I got." They were trying to take my flag and burn it, and so at the time, that was at the very beginning of it. There were still patriots in a lot of shit. They weren't all pussies, and so
Yeah.
they believed in veterans and stuff. And I'm like, I'm a vet, and that's my flag. I'm not letting anybody do it. And they're like, well, we'll see how the case goes. And so
Okay.
once they dropped my case, I went back to my CEO. Literally had to go into administration, go to my CEO, and go, hey, they dropped the case because they said I was right and that person was wrong. Still cost me
Mama
about
said you was
$800.
right. Wait. Like that reminded me of Waterboy for some reason. It's like, no, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong. Mom was right. And you're like, you remind me of. He's like, no, there's something wrong with that boy. Is Medulla oblongata.
Okay, not to be too inflammatory, but
Get
I
it?
want to ask you like a devil's advocate question, okay? Um, there obviously was a time when the founding fathers probably burned a Union Jack. You know, they had their expression at the time. We do have a First Amendment right. That might have been their personal property flag. Maybe they were burning something that they owned and you got violent. So now
What's up, Blake
just to
Curry?
put just to put it in that
Something against
perspective,
you.
do you think you could have done it passively and just spoken to them? Or do you think that it was necessary to take it to that level? Like, why did you react so strongly?
They had
Uh,
to take it to him.
no, I didn't. Initially, um, they were stomping on it, and I was like, okay, nah, guys. And I was pushing guys off. I'm like, dude, I'm a vet, and I believe in this flag. I believe in our freedom. And I was pushing them away, and they're like, fuck you, old man. You know, fuck you, you piece of shit. And I'm like, oh, is that right? And I'm like, this is my flag. This is our freedom. And then one guy picked it up and lit it. And I'm like, oh, hell no. And I grabbed it away, and several of them like grabbed me. And so I was like, okay, motherfuckers, it's on. And
The
I started
emotion
throwing.
zone just kicked in. You went animal instinct, and you were trained to do that. You
Yeah,
were.
The
I was
military
like,
training helped you out in
no.
that situation, Bubba?
Yeah, oh yeah, I was done. I fucking, these guys sit to pee, and I'm not. And so I fucking was like, okay, let's go. I'm twice your age, but it's time to get tuned up. And then the cops showed up, and they were down crying and fucking. There's girls and people around them. Oh, he hurt
Did this
them.
did
He
this
hurt
video
them.
was there a
And I'm
video of this?
yeah, it was on KCTV5.
Oh, we should have a
Or
link.
Somebody find a
I
link to this video.
and so I was like, this was like 2 years ago, right at the beginning of all this whiny ass candy ass stuff.
Good to see you, Lake
And
Prairie. Thank you for joining us. We go pretty
and
deep
so
here. Talk about all
and
kinds of
so
crazy
Kansas
stuff.
City thought they could do this shit. And so then they started getting tuned up everywhere in the city and decided they can't do this
Was
shit.
this in jail or was this on the streets, dog?
This was in the street. This was literally 2 blocks away at mall, an outdoor mall that I'm at. And I'm like, my wife was so pissed at me. Trust me, because we had just went to get something to eat. But
If 2
you
people
can't burn a
attacked
flag.
me, dude, they'd probably end up being dead.
You
Like,
can't burn a flag.
like,
You can't desecrate a flag in front of me. I just won't do it. I know everybody else's beliefs and what they want to believe. You don't
they
burn
take
a
the
flag.
asphalt temperature challenge.
You don't step on a flag in front of me. And you know, hey, there's the 5 motherfuckers laying on the ground getting cared for by their little skinny jean, purple hair motherfuckers. You know, oh, he's hurt. And I'm like, there's one of me. And I was just trying to put the flag out and protect my flag. So fuck y'all. And so I end up having to take a trip downtown and had to get bailed out. And then when my court date came, of course I got to go up north because it's in Platte County and not in Kansas City in a libtard area. And he was like, dude, there's 5 on 1 and you're just trying to protect the flag. Okay, you're good. I still had to pay for my lawyer and everything else. I'm like, but so if you need to step up, step the fuck up. Sorry, Pilgrim, but step the fuck up for your
That's
country. Cool. Jesus, too many motherfuckers are talking
so many
shit.
times in a row.
Too many people are talking shit on this internet. I'm so tired about, and that's one of the reasons I got a fucking strike. That,
has anybody said anything to you that's pissed you off recently, Doc? Like, has anybody, like, nobody said anything to you, like, yeah, heard that, Hutch? They're flapping like LeBron. But nobody's messed with you or nothing like that, or said anything, you know?
Oh, I've gotten shit lately, and
that happens, dude. It happens
because motherfuckers think that because I am literally a 50-year-old white guy, middle aged, not fit. I'm not tall. I'm not.
You're 50
big.
years old, Doc Mac?
I'm 49.
I was about to say, I thought you was at least 57 or some shit, maybe 60. But I digress. Continue.
That's cool. I'll still tune your ass up if you ever come up.
I know, dude. We'll see what's good. We'd see what's up.
No, we're good, bro. I'm just joking.
Dude. No, dude, we're homies, dude.
But no, these motherfuckers, they talk shit on the street, and they'll talk shit to my wife and stuff. And I'm like,
I see, that's fucked up, dude. You can't be talking to girls like that.
They think they can do something, and so when I step up, they step the fuck back, and they don't know that I'm, because we carry in Missouri, and so if I think, okay, there's 3 or 4 of these motherfuckers,
too, baby.
There might be 3 or 4 of these motherfuckers that are too big for me. I still got you.
I can pull out that steel.
Yeah, and I always carry my EDC. I always have, I always have a blade and stuff. But yeah,
Dude, I
I'm
carry
not.
pepper spray with me in my EDC, dude. No lie, dude. I got my EDC, I got that steel. I got my knife. I got my little freaking clinch pick that I keep on my back. And then I got, that's my EDC right there, dude.
No, I carry. I always
I
carry a
carry a
knife in my pocket.
45 though. What caliber do you guys carry? Do you guys
I
like what
carry.
you like? You
I carry
9mm
40.
guys? You carry a 40? Nice. Well, you're a
But I
9mm guy, aren't you, Foxhole?
You know, I'm in California. You know, I gotta carry insurance.
Shit, you got 22. That sucks. Just kidding, dude.
I like
You know,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, carry
I would
insurance.
say, dude, California is sketchy in some places.
you'll
My
probably pick on me, but I like to shoot a 380 because they're little,
Dude,
they're not snappy.
oh, dude, there's nothing wrong with that, dude. 380 is badass. I'd like to get a 380 as a little backup gun. I mean, as a little pew pew. I mean,
It'd be nice to be able to have one, but
you need to come to Tennessee, dude, or maybe to Missouri. I'm thinking about moving to Missouri here in a couple months, dude.
yeah, you probably get a CCW when you get your birth certificate, huh?
I already got a CCW.
Well, I know, but it's probably just you're born with it. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right now, yeah, we have that's constitutional now. I don't know. Is it Missouri? Is it constitutional, Doc?
yeah. I
That's
know.
what's
I don't worry about nothing.
yeah,
I got mine.
so there's this YouTuber called Daily Shooter, okay, and he covers a lot of like California news because he was out here in California, but he moved to Nevada, I think, right? Things got expensive. His career changed, so he went to Nevada. Over there, you go to the store, you buy a gun, they give it to you, you walk out of the store with it. And the guy, he bought his first gun in Nevada, and he's like, "This is so weird." And the guy at the gun store said,
pew pews.
"Oh yeah," he said, "Welcome to America," because that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how. Yeah.
Here you gotta
Yeah.
wait like 10 days or more.
10
You
days.
gotta pay all these extra fees, and
Really?
oh yeah,
Well, in Tennessee, you can just get one. Sometimes it'll take like 30 to 40 minutes to get the background check done because there'll be like a million other people getting a background check done at the same time.
right.
Because people have been buying a lot of guns, dude, this past year, dude. Past 2 years.
Yeah, prices have gone up.
Chaos.
That's what's funny. I haven't bought a gun in 2 years, or a G in 2 years.
Yeah, well, you can only own so many, right? You probably are maxed out.
Oh no, it's just you got to watch how many you buy.
You gotta have a trifecta, though. You gotta have. Because I look at a pew pew like a sword. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like I look at my shit like a samurai looks at a sword. You know what I mean? Like it's a part of me. You know what I'm trying to say? Does that make any sense? Like I feel definitely naked without it. I feel hurt whenever I don't have it with me. I don't feel safe. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's like one of those things that's essential to a house. You got frying pan, washing machine, a bed, a gun. There's things that you just need.
because that's a natural part of it, but it's not even like a part of like a God-given right though, but it's a part of a natural right as an animal on this earth to own.
Well, no, that's what the Constitution is. They're rights that you are born with. It's not that you're granted in your country, but as a human being on Earth, an animal coming into this planet, these are rights you're allowed.
Yes. Straight up.
So yeah.
But see, I start with my pew pews. I started a long time ago, but then a couple years ago, I started really hardcore prepping with other items because I'd been prepped up on that, and so you sort of prep in stages. You bounce back and forth, and I suggest everybody does that. I mean, you need to keep your level of prepping even. I mean, you get some stuff for food and water, and then okay, you might get your PP stuff and your freedom seeds, and then you bounce back to, like you go to your energy and get your energy right.
Yeah, you fill in the blank.
Your
Yeah,
mental as well, your mind.
right.
The mental game.
But a lot of people are forgetting several steps. I mean, they might have a lot of freedom seeds and a lot of PPs. They have hardly any food, and they're like, "Well, we'll just go hunting all the time." And I'm like, "Well, everybody's going to go hunting, and then you're not going to be able to find shit because everything's going to run scared, and you're going to have a
lot
hard
of
time.
people, they'll be
Get
eating
your
each
shit
other.
right.
Can't eat lead.
Get
You
your
can
dry
feed them
foods
lead
right
though.
too.
You need like, here, I'll trade you lead for some deer meat.
But see, I'm not willing to trade my lead, so that's why you got to get.
I'm not talking
your
about
dry.
trading lead like that. I'm talking about giving them the lead like in a way they wouldn't like.
Remember, I'm a caregiver, so I don't jump to that.
Get about there.
But get your water right, because even if you have 20 gallons in your closet, okay, if you don't have a Sawyer, if you don't have a Berkey, you don't have something like that, you might have a creek next.
Sawyers and one water drop.
There we go.
Yeah,
Pilgrim.
I was just talking to Pilgrim about that. I showed him some different water purification. You don't just stockpile, but you got to have a little process.
Prepper video you sent me.
Well, we were live together. I showed you my my filter.
That you're showing us also some instruments.
Yeah, man, that UV filter. And
dude, that was badass, dude. I like.
drops.
Okay, now I remember, dude. I like that, dude.
Yeah, my dad asked me, or he told me. I said, "What do you want for your birthday?" And he told me, I want some kind of water purification, because if we have a problem, an earthquake, he says I can walk to the river and get water, but I got to be able to treat it. So I got him a Sawyer and Aquamira drops, because the Sawyer can do particulate, but the river is downstream from the water treatment plant, which means they reclaim sewage. So basically, the Aquamira will kill any viruses. And the only thing he doesn't have covered is chemical, but that's a whole nother, device that we got to work on. And I was really surprised, that he wanted that. And I was really happy. Oh, my dad wants something that's like a very sensible prep. I'll get him some water stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm
that's cool.
I'm all big on water, especially. Sawyers will take 98% of stuff out of the water, but no metals.
Right.
That's the thing But in a shift situation, you're not going to give a shit about metals, really. You need to stay hydrated, and you're going to eat dehydrated foods that are full of salt and everything else. But you need more of food.
Metal and chemical, that's more of a long-term problem. And, as long as you dial in a short-term solution, that'll get you through a lot of situations.
Right. But I love the Sawyer. I take it out when I go bushcrafting.
Mm-hmm.
And now I got my new truck, and I'm like fucking out there. And my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm done. I'm out." And I just take my bag. Everybody needs to take their bag out and see if it works for you.
Yeah.
Don't look at my bag. Don't look at Foxhole's bag. Don't look at anybody's bag. Look at our bags online. Don't look at my bag because I haven't been online.
They'll be talking about looking at bags. Oh my god.
Okay. I forgot I was talking to Pilgrim. We need to clarify bags.
I got a badass trunk in my Pilgrim.
But
in my fucking or badass bag. Talking about bug out bags.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of videos, and I've searched them so much, and my bug out bag doesn't look like any of those. It looks somewhat like it,
I
And
call my shit my mobile home bag. I have a mobile home. I
it's
call it
good
my mobile home bag.
because in the back of my truck, I have my EDC bag, which I can get home with from anywhere, and I can survive with. But I have a bug out bag, and I actually have three of them for my son and my wife and me, and they sort of mix. But go out and practice with it. Shit, don't let that stuff stay new in your bag. And oh yeah, I got my bug out bag, and you've never used shit in it. Use it, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you go, oh damn, that doesn't work. I need to get me something else. I've learned so much from that
Yeah,
because I bought so much stupid shit when I started that
and
people told me to buy.
it was probably like 50, 60 pounds worth of crap, huh?
Yeah,
In the
yeah,
beginning,
and
yeah.
yeah, and I care. I still my bug out bag is heavy because I can hump a lot. That's just the way I was trained, and I don't mind. I can just go, but a lot of that stuff is crap. And so I just found out what worked for me and my family, and and I took it out. Fire starting. Yes, have big lighters, have fireproof, matches. But you know what? Everybody talks about, oh, get that flint and get a fire started. Well, guess what? If you never do it, you can't do it. It's not an easy thing when you first start. Now I can splash sparks, and I also found other products that will catch with those sparks. The gel and everything. I'm like, okay, now I'm learning. You need to learn. Don't just go by what people have. I'm like, oh yeah, my bug out bag is 1,000% better just because I take it out and just go into the woods and go camping with it. And my half the time, my kids didn't even know I was testing stuff. You know, they just thought, "Oh, Dad's just doing something else." I just want to try this, and they were like, "Okay, let me try it too." And boom, my daughter literally started a fire on the second strike. I'm like, okay. She thought it was cool. Now I put one in her little bag.
He must have been so
But
proud of her.
oh my God, like you don't believe. But just because everybody is saying put this in their bag, put that in your bag, put it. Don't buy everything because they say to buy it that's so expensive. That's just expensive. I know. I had a little bit of money. I can afford it, guys. Some people can't. Really think about what you need and
Are
then
you
take it out.
flexing on us, Doc?
No,
Yeah,
I'm telling
dude.
you.
You flexing? You trying to flex? Trying to say what you talking? You trying to talk about money, Doc? No, I'm just messing with you. I'm
Mhm.
sorry about that.
I'm just trying to
Can
tell
I?
people. I've
Can one of
learned
us
from my.
say something?
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean to make you. I'm just joking, dude. You know
Pilgrim,
how I do. You
I
know
just
how I
want
roll.
people. I just want people to learn from my mistakes.
Straight up.
You know that don't buy all the most expensive shit. Don't buy the cheapest shit. Go on.
You gotta find a happy
If you
medium right there.
yeah, if you think, oh yeah, I could use that. Well, yeah, go buy it. If you've seen the other preppers make videos about it or whatever, but go try it. And if it doesn't work in your bag, don't keep it in your bag. Go find something else. I hate that about everybody's bug out bags. It's like everybody everybody has a cookie cutter bag, and I'm like, my bag doesn't look anything like that shit.
My bag is like an old hiking bag. I'm gonna redo. I have a video I have from a couple months ago, but I need to redo it because I've added some shit and taken some shit out of it.
I take shit out of my bag every couple months.
I used to have a bag packed. Okay, it was like 2001, maybe 2002, and there's this Canadian guy patrolling with Sean Kennedy. Okay, this guy was releasing these videos before YouTube. It was really something else for the time. And he was talking about preparing your mind, preparing your body, having some essential kit, everyday carry stuff. And he did an episode, Patrolling with Sean Kennedy, and one of the episodes was a bug out bag. And that was like the first time I heard about it. I said, this is kind of cool. So I built it a little like his, a little like what I thought I might need, and it was heavy. And I never took it anywhere. And I moved and took this thing with me and moved. And then I started going camping. And so I dug through it and took some things out that I thought I could use. And there were some things in there that had been in there for 15, 20 years. What the hell is this, you know? And when I started going camping, I learned a lot more about what you need and what you don't need. And so I think every time I go for a little camping trip, I kind of figure it out a little bit better because every little bit counts. And when you're weighed down, you're not as mobile. You know, and that's the thing too. You know, people talk about bug in, bug out. There's no way you can take everything you need when you bug out. You know, it's got to be a dire situation. People romanticize about it, and bugging out should be like a last option because if you take everything you need, you're going to be weighed down. And you're going to be a target. You got nowhere to hunker down and hide. You're not going to be able to bring 1,000 rounds with you. You're going to leave 1,000 rounds back home. But going camping, like you're saying, Doc, you know, it's like you got to get out there and do it. Try it out. You know, it's like you realize, why have I been carrying this stupid blanket? It weighs, 3 pounds, and it's not even that warm.
See what's actually like used out there, roughing it out in the wild.
Right. I mean, Pilgrim, you just need to take your bag and just go. And I mean, just have a tent for your family so you can be comfortable and all that stuff. But try a few of your preps.
I got it. I think it's a 4-person.
I don't have a tent with me. I have a tarp in my bag. I'm just saying.
Got a tarp too. Yep.
I have a tarp.
Yeah, tarp's good to keep you warm.
And I have many other things in my bag. Like I say, I load heavy, but I was with the Marine Corps for so long. That's how I'm used to loading. And I still handle it. But don't pack too heavy. But know your tools. In it. Like I plan on bugging in. I got my food, and he's like, you might be able to take 1,000 rounds with you, and 1,000 rounds you got to stay. This is Missouri. You're funny.
What kind of bag do you use for the actual bag?
What I got off Amazon. I don't have one of those $300 bags. No,
I got mine from Ross for $20.
No, actually, I got mine.
I got my mobile home bag for free.
Is it like a gray man bag or is it like a Molly style bag?
My shit's a straight up hiking backpack.
Yeah.
So
I got 3 bags that actually I didn't get them off Amazon. Actually, when I saw on Facebook, they're advertising it. veteran-owned page and bags, and I got 3 bags off them. So I switched from the hiking bags I did have to those. They're Molly bags. So that's what I ended up getting.
I do have one of my backpacks is a Molly bag, kind of. I don't have any attachments for it though. But my hiking backpack, I'm gonna do a video and shit showing. I think I'm actually gonna do a video, make it as a premiere where I'm doing the damn thing with that backpack with my mobile home bag and actually like sitting in the tent. I have my tent, I have a tarp in there, I have blankets, I have duct tape, I have tools. You guys, I know you guys know what an auger is, like one of those.
Yeah.
I want to get one of those too.
Actually, Pilgrim, my new truck. You know, I keep my get home bag in my truck.
Straight up.
My new truck is mollied out in the back.
Shit, dude, I'm making my 1996 Toyota Camry as tactical as I can too.
Camry.
No,
Dude, it got 500,000 miles on it, dude.
This bad boy is mollied out and ready to go anywhere that most trucks can't go. And so my wife was like, "That's your truck, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's the ultimate like bug out truck. When other trucks can go get there, my trucks will get there."
You know, so I thought a little bit about the Alice pack thing because I used to have an Alice pack, and like I feel like it kind of makes you a target, right?
Hey everybody,
and that's what the idea of the gray man is. And so when COVID happened, I put some clothes in one of my camping backpacks. I put some clothes, a little food, a little first aid, and you know, some other essentials because I didn't know, I didn't know how things were going to unravel, if they were going to unravel in the city, and if maybe I needed to go closer to my family, you know, my dad and my brother. And I felt good thinking I got this camping backpack because it doesn't make me look like a target. It doesn't, you know, people aren't going to say, "Oh, that guy's probably got a firearm in his backpack and some valuable shit." You know, it's like, I just look like an average Joe, maybe a little bit of a nerd, you know, nothing too special. But, you know,
I feel like I don't look like somebody that would have a concealed carry permit. I don't look like somebody that would carry. I don't look like somebody that would have all the food that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you look like you'd be carrying some spray paint or something, man.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They probably think I was Antifa or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Foxhole, I lived in California. I 100% agree with you.
That's where you saw that UFO shit at.
On being gray man. Yeah. I mean, but where I live in the country, there are people that every day walk around with, you know, Molly backpacks. I mean,
it's probably a different strategy.
Yeah. So, I mean, people wouldn't really think if I got before the shift happened. I mean, after the shift, it doesn't matter because everybody's going to be walking out with them. But with you where you live, yeah, I can understand why you would be totally gray. I wouldn't have my bug out bag in California. No way in hell, because there'd be too many people that would be asking me questions or attacking me. I'm like, but here, it's no big deal. I mean, we just do our thing.
Yeah, it's like the community you're surrounded with. It's almost like you got moral support for that. Yeah, it might actually get you the right kind of attention. Let's say, "Hey, come over here, come help us."
Yeah, pretty much. Everybody be like, "Hey, brother, we got trouble down at that corner. Let's roll," and that's what we do. But where you live, not so much. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I agree 100% about being gray. I try to be gray most of the time, but no, during the shift and with my bug out, I'm good.
You're gray till they start burning flags, and then you friggin' snap.
Exactly. That made you into the
The
insane
Hulk,
dog.
dude. Yeah, dude. Gotta get you on a leash, man.
Can I show you
Yeah.
guys a video and get y'all's opinions on it?
White
Yeah.
hates it.
This is
White
sent to me
hates
by
that.
this is sent to me by probably my number one inside source that I got that I've been getting. This dude's been helping me come out with some good videos, helping me enhance my content. Here's a little crazy video.
Hey everybody,
guys.
it's Frankie here. I am just coming to bring you some information in regards to
And we own no rights to
some
this
plans
shit.
that are coming about. It's basically an entrapment for encampment. And number one, if you live in the city, it's going to be difficult. They're planning on no food.
I
no
looked
water,
up this website
no
that's right here,
services,
and it was kind
no
of scary.
safety,
It's kind of related to that shit
which
that
will
Leslie was
leave
talking
you,
about, telling us to look
no
up in
choice
Tennessee.
but maybe to enter into these facilities or camps for your own good. Number two is Operation Mountain Guardian. Now, with back to school coming, you might want to check with your kids' schools if they do emergency bus evacuations. If you search for Operation Mountain Guardian, you'll see what I'm talking about. It happened not too long ago in Denver. And the third one is something I just came across today, which is if you go to ruraltraining.org and you look on the online courses, you'll see there is a program that is MGT-433, and you'll be able to read how they are going to try and come to red rural areas that don't meet the percentage of those who are willing to be subjected to this thing. And they have a whole online training course, and it goes over things regarding incidents and the target audience, on how they're going to, the course description says an introduction to isolation and quarantine, legal and ethical issues of isolation and quarantine, roles and responsibilities, communication strategies, and emergency response activities. So I highly recommend that you start doing your due diligence in regards to the area that you live and start getting prepared. Again, be safe and be blessed.
Can I go first?
Get it, Bubba.
Well, okay, I just searched the management 433 MGT. And
What do you think about that? I looked up a little bit about it too. It was kind of weird, but you probably
I only had like 30 seconds while she was talking, you know. But the website she's directing you to, it's a training course that you can enroll in, and there's a Zoom sort of session, okay?
Can anybody do that? You gotta have the credentials.
I don't know. It seems like this one's full, okay? But it's a training.
My inside source.
But it's a training course, and you can look up more training schedules. So when I look at the name of that, it sounds like, you know, there's some concern about some outbreak, and this might be an attempt to sort of deal with this, right? So when you're in a rural community, you need, okay, in big cities, they're trying to manage the cities and tell people how to do what to do. But if you're in a rural situation, you might need to quarantine your community and keep people from coming in and coming out and have protocol. That's what this whole thing's been about. Like if you're going to operate your business during COVID, you sort of print out, type up your procedure as a company. If this happens, this is what you do. You have a set of standards in place that you have in written form that you can present. And I think that this training, I'm just jumping ahead here, but this training is probably to help communities know how to manage themselves if there is a need to quarantine. Now, the other thing she said about cities and, rounding you up in a camp, basically, I think those are different. I think maybe she's connecting some things that are, obviously people are freaked out, but yeah, the need for food. It's like we all saw stuff disappear. Okay, we got really concerned. We didn't know how it was going to go. Things came back to the shelf, and we got comfortable. I think that you need to continue to prepare. That was a really good sign, warning. It could go bad. It could have went a lot worse, but things got smoothed out. Things smoothed out very quick. It was amazing. But what if they didn't get ironed out? And the same thing's happening, like, people getting comfortable, they get scared, they get comfortable. It's like everyone was scared, everyone was using hand sanitizer, everyone was being real careful wearing their masks. And once some of the mask mandates lifted, people stopped wearing them. People stopped using hand sanitizer. You got hand sanitizer in your pocket right now, Pilgrim?
No.
See?
I don't have hand sanitizer in my house.
Well, people get comfortable, but are they going to try to put us in camps? I sure hope not. But I remember when this whole thing started, my brother told me he was a little worried the water might stop flowing. And I said to him, well, why would the water stop flowing? There's, you need an earthquake or something to destroy the infrastructure. He said, well, it's likely that enough people get sick and can't go to work that there won't be the people in the buildings to pull the levers and push the buttons.
They don't have anybody working here in these restaurants where I'm at either.
Yeah, they're all going out of business probably, huh?
Yeah, a lot of these small businesses, places like TGI Fridays are doing all right, but they don't have enough places for people, like enough people to work at them,
But back to this video, she's talking about them saying, well, first off, there was the infamous they are going to turn off the water. There will be no food. They will tell you to come into the camps where they have these amenities for you and you'll be safer. It's like, I don't know if they're going to shut off the water. Maybe the water gets, okay, that could be a vehicle. The water gets contaminated. Okay.
Then you guys have bad, there's been droughts over there in the West Coast, right?
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, it's everywhere.
You have to deal with having to only get a certain amount of water every time you go to the store.
This year, they ain't done that, as far as telling you can't water your lawn more than this many times a week.
Wow, even though this is the United States.
But they were saying you get fined if someone, official drives by and notice that you watering too much. But I don't know how they notice you water more than twice a week unless they come to your house twice a week. But they might say, well, your grass is really green. You must be a criminal.
They're trying to turn the neighbors against each other so that way they can get neighbors that call the cops on each other, call the officials on each other, be like, hey, such and such has this many people at their house and they're not wearing masks. Oh!
See something, say something.
Exactly, and they'll give you some kind of reward. You get some kind of merit points. You get some kind of you get something that help you social credit score if you do that. You know about that social credit score?
Mm-hmm.
This video, they have it in China right now. That's why they have so many cameras. They see everything that you do. If you jaywalk, if you do bad shit, it'll take away. It's like a credit score, but it's like a credit score based on what they see you do for your social media, what you're doing on, what you're doing. They catch you on cameras. What kind of, if you get traffic tickets, if you get any kind of fired from a job or something like that. That'll go against your social credit score, and that'll make it hard for you to get a place to live, hard for you to get other things like jobs and stuff like that.
There's a sci-fi show called Black Mirror, I think.
Yes,
And
sir.
there's an episode like that where you only have so many stars. Please rate me higher. I'm trying to build my average up.
It's gonna be like that eventually.
What did you think about the video, Doc?
I missed all of it. No, literally, as soon as you started the video, it kicked my audio off, it kicked my video off, and I wasn't in the chat anymore. That's maybe YT messing with me a little bit. No, literally, that's why I had to get back in. I had to get all the way out, and I had to get back in. It went. I didn't see nothing. You hit a button, and it made me go black. And then
play it again, Pilgrim. I gotta look up Mountain Guardian.
Here it is, guys. Now let's listen to it, Doc. You got it?
Hey everybody, it's Frankie here. I am just coming to bring you some information in regards to some plans that are coming about. It's basically an entrapment for encampment. And number one, if you live in the city, it's going to be difficult. They're planning on no food, no water, no services, no safety, which will leave you no choice but maybe to enter into these facilities or camps for your own good. Number two is Operation Mountain Guardian. Now, with back to school coming, you might want to check with your kids' schools if they do emergency bus evacuations. If you search for Operation Mountain Guardian, you'll see what I'm talking about. It happened not too long ago in Denver. And the third one is something I just came across today, which is if you go to ruraltraining.org and you look on the online courses, you'll see there is a program that is MGT-433, and you'll be able to read how they are going to try and come to red rural areas that don't meet the percentage of those who are willing to be subjected to this thing. And they have a whole online training course, and it goes over things regarding incidents and the target audience, on how they're going to, the course description says
straight up
an introduction to isolation and quarantine, legal and ethical issues of isolation and quarantine, roles and responsibilities, communication strategies, and emergency response activities. So I highly recommend that you start doing your due diligence in regards to the area that you live and start getting prepared. Again, be safe and be blessed.
Yeah, I put it
Hello.
of the polls where the peas grew.
What do you think about that? Do you see that time, Doc?
Yeah, oh yeah. And actually, me and my wife sit right here, and because my wife's not as big of a prepper as I am, let's say that.
How usually.
And but she,
we keep on losing everybody.
I don't even know how many people are actually watching us. Is there anybody watching us?
You got 9 people.
Okay, that's cool with me. It's all friends.
Yeah, dude. I like it like that. Sometimes we'll have more people watching. Sometimes we won't. I think Magic Prepper is live right now. There's a couple other people that got like thousands of subs, but we got all the people that are tight as fuck. We got Laura, we got JH556, SKM Keith, John T. McGill.
No, they're
Hutch is up in here and shit. Lyrican.
But
Mark Waldman showed up a minute ago.
That's cool. So we'll get.
Apparently there's some kind of rock that was stolen. Yeah, Native is live right now. Yeah, straight up Laura.
Yeah.
You know, I always got to mention Laura and I talk about all the greatest of all the subs. But
yeah, Native is live, and I'm skipping that. So I'll have to catch a replay on that.
That's a replay. Yep.
That's one of my brothers. But hey, I told you from the beginning when I was like the fourth sub or whatever it was, I'll be with you. So here I am.
Yeah, we steadily growing too.
Yeah,
we steadily growing his channel.
Yeah, but I guess did you miss the news that I had to get the thing?
No, I kind of heard a little bit about that, but tell me something about it. I didn't. I'm not fully informed about it, but I heard a little bit that you did.
Last Friday, I mean, all the hospitals in our area, you know, you fight so long for your family, but Pilgrim, remember, it's all about our kids and our family. We always got to step up as men and do that
straight
shit.
up, dude. Family,
okay.
Man.
So, my wife's also in the same field in a different specialty, but she's not taking it. She's not doing it. She don't want to do it, and I'm not going to make her do it. But we need one income in this house, you know, to take care of our family. And I don't want my kids taking it out. You know, it is what it is. And
some places won't let you work if you don't get that, right?
It's there now. Federal. Where I'm at. It's there's so many hospital companies that have done that mine's next. I have a huge hospital that I work for. You know, I'm up north, but whatever. It's coming. I see it. And so
I hope you're doing okay, man. You know, Tribe said he got that thing, and he's been feeling like shit for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I saw that. And so for the 3 days, I felt like shit. I mean, it kicked my ass. And I tried to push through it. And, I'm doing work. I'm getting my thing done. Because I'm like, this ain't going to beat me. I've been in the military. I've gotten every vaccine that nobody's ever heard of. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to take one more for the team. And I'm still going to do that. And so, it hit me pretty good. I mean, I'm
There's
good
nothing
now.
wrong with getting it. That doesn't mean you're not a patriot because you got it.
No, because what I figured is, I can cross both sides of the line now. You know, if they put a line in the sand, if they put a line in the sand and make you show an ID, I got an ID. That don't mean I'm with you. I'll come back to my side if that's necessary. So, and I talked to a few people that are sort of my mag, and I'm like, dude, I got to take it because of my family, because we're both in medicine. It's not like she's in another field and I'm in medicine. One of us has to take it. She has a rare clotting disorder. And so, no, she's not taking it. And she don't want to take it. So guess what? I'm stepping up. I'm going to take the hit. And if she decides to be a Target cashier or whatever and make, $30 less an hour, that's fine with me. Whatever. But I need to make the money
What's
to
up,
take care
Bella?
of my family, you know? So that's just me, And so when I first was able to get back on, I got attacked pretty good, Pilgrim, on Dangerous.
Tell
And
me about that. Tell me about that. Who
and
was it?
no, I'm
Without
not. I'm
naming
not.
names. Don't name no
No,
names. Might never.
I ain't gonna name names, but I got attacked pretty good. And I'm like, dude. And I'm like, are you a vet? And one
Are
of them
they other
was
channels or are they other like subs? Are they listeners or are they?
there was on their channel when I could get live initially. I went and I was like, dude, I'm being honest. I've never told anybody not to get it or to get it.
Yeah, people will be hating.
I've been indifferent the whole time. And they're like, well, you're big. And I'm like, whatever, man. I'm like, I'm cool. And they're like, well, you need to fucking die and stuff. And I'm like, dude, really? And I'm
Jesus
like, oh, and I'm like, okay,
we like to mess around with people on here, but we never say nothing fucked up like that.
But Pilgrim, I looked right in that screen and I was like, well, if I die, I die. That's another military saying you might not understand. I'm like,
The Chad had your back.
If I die, I die. It's for my family. I don't give a shit. Y'all kiss my ass. And so that was that. But Hutch came, on another stream and got me. And there was quite a few other people who were like, hey, leave him alone. He did what he had to do for his family. You do what you do for your family. Enough with the bullshit about,
what up, Lucky Dame preparedness.
Whatever. Your family's first. Okay? And I've always preached that. Your family is first. Your kids and your wife and whatever. You take care of them. And I'm old school. I'm old now, like Pilgrim, you told me. If you die, you die. Hey, I've lived my life. I've traveled the world. I'm good. But I've lived my life.
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Take care of your family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the continuation of your bloodline. I did. The reason I call myself Pilgrim Radio is because I did one of those. DNA ancestry things, and I traced my ancestors all the way back to 1260 in England, right? So for my son, that would be my son's 22nd great granddaddy. That was my 21st great granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? I digressed a little bit, though. I kind of got a little lost up there in the chat whenever I was telling that story for
a reason. GMA. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was told that. Yeah, y'all need to get it. All these other hospitals have got it, and we're being nice to you, saying get it by this date.
I want to get it necessarily because I've never been sick. No, we are doing rawhide. She talking about rawhide. We want us to do rawhide and a couple other jams. No, we haven't done any jam streaming. Have you caught any of my jam streams that we've been doing?
I have watched a couple. I haven't been able to comment, bro. I love music, and I've watched 2 of them. I think you got how many? You got 4 now.
I think we got 4. I think we got 4.
You got 4 now.
We're trying to do more of the jam streams.
Nah, man, I enjoy just kicking back and listening, but I can't comment on nothing. Or now I can. So now you're gonna get hell in it. But before I just. All right, Jim.
Ujima, I don't know. I do feel like rawhide was, but we'll see what's good. Does anybody want to hop on here with us and talk with us for a minute? We'll probably keep this thing going for another 20 minutes or something like that, I'd say. Because I got to get
Come
up a
on.
little bit early.
Come on, guys. Anybody, get on. I feel like this is when
Lucky Dame, even
we're.
Laura, J556, Bella, Gma Merkel, any of y'all, anybody wants to hop on. As long as I've seen you on here, John T, you don't even have to show your face. You can just hop on and kick it with us for the next 20-minute bullshit.
I feel like the very beginning is just everybody ducked out, and it's me and Pilgrim.
Yeah, Jose lost signal, unfortunately, or his laptop died, and he has to get up pretty early, too. But I was like, oh, man, come on now, Bubba. We got to get up at the same time. But Jose's full as fuck.
No, I'm liking what Jose is saying.
And maybe Foxhole died. Heard that
Maybe.
We're going to have the honor of having Lucky Dame Preparedness on here with us.
Maybe Jose needs to contact me, too, because I like a lot what he was saying.
His channel is let me see. If you go to my channel, you look underneath my friend of channels. Oh, that sucks. If you look underneath my friend of channels, guys, any of the subs if any of the subs wanna to go ahead and put the info out here, or not the subs, any of the mods want to go and put the info, it's under the Rainy Day Shoulders. That's the channel that he has with Paula Green.
Yeah, he was cool talking to.
Yeah, he's a very spiritual dude.
Somebody jump up here. This is me and Pilgrim. Like at the very beginning.
And in the beginning, there was Doc Mack and Pilgrim.
And then you wonder where I went and did Roz. I got locked out.
Come on now, John T.
John T. Come on, man. I've been seeing you in chats everywhere. Oh. You my bro. Let's get up here and do a little circle. Here, I'll do a little circle.
Everybody, yeah, exactly. Let me see. How the hell do I do my shit? Where I take my... There it is. There you go, guys. This is how we do. We can do it just like radio. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's the radio. We talking, real talk. Anybody wants to drop on. Doesn't matter who you are. You can get a question out there you want to ask. It doesn't matter how crazy it is. This is small enough of a channel. This is small enough of a channel that you guys can get on here and say anything that you want to, as long as it's not, as long as it's not like homophobic or racist or, you know what I'm saying? The obvious shit, nothing hardcore or insane or like shit. Yeah, but it's no pressure. It's no pressure, John T. Yeah, we're working on... I'd like you to email me, man, because we're working on an album. We're trying to work... I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but I just need you to email me. And it's in my About section. I'm trying to get everybody who does anything with the hip-hop stuff in the prepper community together and trying to do a compilation. But that's all I got to say about that for now.
Hey, Pilgrim, you see my little circle?
What are you talking about, circle?
My little... icon there that I put up
with the sky.
Yeah,
it's called the Rainy Day Shoulders, JH556. If you go to my channel, it's the About. It's under my the friends of the channel in my About section, right by it. What is it, Doc? My bad.
Actually, I mean, you're young. You probably don't remember when we hit Somalia. That's some.
That's what Black Hawk Down's based off of.
Yeah, that's me in a mic boat. I just gone off the USS Tarawa, and we're fully loaded in a mic boat. The USS Tarawa was a gator freighter. The back end sinks, and you go out the back end of it. It's a ship, and as we're going out the back of it and we start heading toward the beach, I look back and this is what I see. That is a picture from a little plastic disposable camera that I had bought in San Diego, because I was like, I guess I need to capture some of this, because that was before that all the digital shit that everybody has now. And so that is literally a one click off a disposable camera that I caught hitting the beach in Africa. That is off a mic boat. Those are if you see the little sticks holding up, those are from I think they're from the Hummers, some of their forwarding kits. I was sitting on a tank, and so I'm looking behind and we're going forward. And so a lot of people just think it's a sunrise, and I'm like, no, that's a mic boat. We're ready to go attack. And that's my little circle now, because I thought that was just a pretty picture, and I'm like, I can't believe I caught that.
But damn, dude. Here's the link right here to José's shit, or to his channel. My bad, Doc. I just went completely squirrel.
That's cool.
Uh-oh.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing there,
hell
man?
Yeah.
Good. How are you?
Excellent.
I'd hop up for a minute. I'm gonna go drag my headset.
We's up on her and figured we'd do another 15 minutes and we get an all-star lineup going.
I don't know that I'm all-star, but I'll hop up here with y'all for a minute. Doc, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Hutch. Let's see here. Make sure I got all my windows closed. All right. I was hearing some feedback.
We 5x5. You sound good. Everything's sounding good on this end.
Okay.
There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world nowadays. I've recently found out some info about Iran and Israel. They're about to be going to war with each other, apparently.
Yeah, I know Israel is offering to assist them in becoming, I think, an entirely glass nation, but
that's what I heard.
But the thing is, Israel can't afford to be a weak nation. They're surrounded on all sides by enemies. They can't afford to show any kind of weakness, and I don't think they would hesitate to defend themselves at all.
Not one bit. I trained with the Israelis, and there's some of the baddest motherfuckers you ever want to meet.
Good.
They're not playing games.
That's what I was about to say. The Israelis don't mess around. they can't afford to. They
One
can't.
of the greatest movies I've ever seen is Munich. Whenever they killed all the Israeli Olympic athletes.
Yeah.
And then they came down there. Eric Bana came and hunted all them down.
Let's see. So I actually came in a little bit late here. There's a lot of people live tonight. Monday's a popular night.
I know. This was the only nights I had off to do anything.
Yeah.
This job's been kicking my ass.
Hey, but a job's good, though.
A job is good.
A job is good. Let's see here. I came in late. Oh, no, I was going to say, I hopped in about the time you were showing the video from that lady, that TikTok.
What did you think about that?
I've got it pulled up in my other window because I wanted to look and see what she was talking about, that Operation Mount Guardian. That was, looks like a training exercise or something in Colorado in 2011. What it said. Is that what it was?
Is that good info, you think? Or do you think that's a little bit sketched out? Do you think it's just a regular training exercise?
There's a whole lot of stuff that came up about it, and that's, at a cursory glance at, it looks like that's accurate, that it was a training exercise from 2011 in Colorado. Let's see here. I'd have to go back. I think I closed my window out. Let's see here. Those online courses she was talking about, it's kind of hard to say. I didn't really look at them in depth. I don't know. Even in preparedness, I try to have a healthy dose of skepticism, I guess. Everything. Everybody's not always out to get us on everything. Everything doesn't always have a conspiracy behind it. That being said, I'm also starting to buy into. I've been saying this a lot lately, and I know people have seen this. Where the thing going around is, what's the difference in reality and conspiracy? About 6 months. I think it's a lot less than that right now. I mean, things that I never thought would happen, I would see in my life. I just can't believe it right now. So I've got a whole lot of. I'm saying I don't know a lot these days. I just don't know.
I don't know what to believe in. Like I don't know how to feel ever since. And I don't believe in the demagogue. I don't believe in the idea of there being a leader that everybody can look on and hold on to as oh, he's our leader. He loves us. He takes care of us. But ever since Mr. T left office, I have just felt so depressed. I think everything has changed since they've gotten into power. The other people have gotten into power. And it just seems to me like everything has just gotten like more hidden messages that are more out in the open now.
And see, I don't
and it
really.
Just sucks. And that just sucks. Like I don't try to get into the conspiracies about it too much, but
yeah,
it's hard not to though, because it just seems like they're pushing some kind of weird messages.
Yeah, or stuff comes out, and I've found myself a few times asking my husband, "It's like, do I sound like I have a tinfoil hat on? Because I don't want to sound like one of those people." It's like I don't want to sound like, but there's so much stuff. It's like it just gets crazier and crazier, this last year and a half, and
I'm a flat earther, and that's as crazy as it gets. I don't like to talk about it too much because I don't really have too much facts to back up my beliefs, but it's just something I believe in my heart,
Yeah.
But it would be what's somebody that's called if they're a straw person, or what are they called if they just talk about something but they don't have any facts to back it up?
Straw man.
Yeah, I don't want to be a straw man, but that's a pretty straw man theory to have, is flat Earth for sure. I hardly even believe space exists. Like, you know what I mean? But that's reading too much into it, though. That's reading too much into the theories.
Well, my big concern currently is, probably most people's concern is, once the FDA does approve the jab, which they're expected to do sometime between this month and next month, August and September, my personal feeling is, and I've said this on my stream, is the gloves are going to come off, meaning that's when I think we're going to actually see what businesses are going to do, what the Fed's going to be doing. I know they've said that they're considering looking into whether they can withhold federal funding from some businesses. And a lot of people feel that's a pretty close step, or not a very far step away from, well, if they do that, then can they also touch benefits for folks, SNAP, food stamps, welfare benefits, VA. And I have said from the beginning, if they mess with the VA payments, man, that's really foolish. You don't want to mess with a bunch of disgruntled veterans, a bunch of disgruntled disabled vets. And I say that tongue in cheek because my spouse falls into that category. But I don't know. To try and mandate and try and force people to take something. I would like to think that it would not come to that. I think like some folks have been saying, you think they're going to try and force herd immunity through jabs?
Or do you think they would just say, it seems like we would just have their herd immunity. They wouldn't have to force the jabs, but it seems like they're trying to act like the jab, like it's not working.
Well, it's not. I mean, if people, and see the whole progress of the jab, when it first came out, we were, the American public, we were all told, or not just the American public, worldwide, people were said, and the, current potato in charge, he's even been on TV recently and is in the town hall meetings or whatever saying, if you get the jab, you won't get sick. You won't be hospitalized. It's like everything's sunshine and rainbows, when that's not the case. It started off that we were all told that, if you remember, we were all told, if you get this, you're not going to get sick. And then it changed to, okay, well, or you can't catch it. You can't catch it. And then it changed to, okay, well, you can catch it, but you won't show symptoms. You'll just be a carrier, so you could transmit it to someone who has not had it. So everyone needs to get this. Then it was changed to, okay, well, now it's you will catch it and you can have symptoms, but they won't be as bad. Well, obviously it is as bad because there's still, people who have had it and they're winding up in a hospital. So I think there's a huge amount of distrust here, definitely. I have a lot of mistrust. I mean, what do we believe? You keep changing the narrative.
It's crazy. We live in a society that we can't even trust our government. Like, we don't have any trust for our government as there is. That's why people question even getting the job.
Well, and I've said this before. I understand this is a new thing that's out. This is brand new. We don't know anything about it. I understand that in doing research, things are going to change and information will change pretty quickly as you learn more about it, how it reacts, what works, what doesn't work as time goes on, if there are mutations or variances or whatever. I understand that. Things are going to change. Information will change. I don't understand the lack of somewhat transparency in saying, okay, in the beginning, okay, we've come up with this jab. We think it's going to work. It seems like it will. What is wrong with saying that? In my mind, I'm thinking, what is wrong with saying we think this is going to work? Information is, could change. You might need a booster. We don't know yet. I don't see, and maybe that's just me. Maybe I don't react poorly to being told we're not entirely sure. Okay, great. Well, at least I have the facts and I can make a decision on whether I think I want to go ahead and get that, and I may or may not have to have something later. Or, at least you have information. I don't know. That's just me.
That's a lot of us, lucky Dame.
Oh, well, I'm glad. I hope so. It's like, but a lot of people react. A lot of the general public react very differently. A lot of people don't. A lot of people have not handled very well at all the stress for the last year and a half. People didn't handle when everything first started. And people handle things very differently. They, will freak out or get upset, or react in different ways. And, I don't know. It's
because when everybody's locked down and nobody had to work and all that good stuff, I worked every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, okay. So, and then I found out everybody's making almost as much money as me.
Oh, yeah.
Off unemployment. I'm like, okay, sometimes I'm working 72 hours straight.
Jeez. Yeah.
In surgery. I'm like, what's this? But, you don't want to lose your job.
Exactly.
And,
yeah.
But, because I have a family, I was like, my wife, I was like,
that'd be some good family time for you.
Well,
yeah, all these people were calling me and telling me, hey, why don't we do this, Tuesday or Wednesday? And I'm like, dude, I have to work.
Yeah.
My job, unlike everybody else's job, didn't shut down.
Right.
I'm taking care of, COVID patients or, what, just normal people getting sick.
Exactly.
And having medical issues I've always dealt with for the last 2 years. I'm like, everybody forgot that anything besides COVID still happened.
Right. Yeah. There's still people with having heart attacks, broken bones, needing surgeries, car accidents, all kinds of things, diabetic issues, there's so many things. So people who, cancer, everything, the world was still turning and people are still going to the hospital.
And unfortunately, a lot of people with like cancer and bowel issues and stuff, they stopped going to the hospital because they were told to hold back. And it's like, damn it, because of this thing. Now we're seeing late stage stuff that we could have prevented earlier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm working longer hours even because we're catching up. We've been catching up for so long. And it's like, come on, you know, I know this is a bad thing. I know it's real. So anybody that says it's not real,
Oh no, it's real. It is. We
can
unfortunately.
kiss my ass.
Like she's pregnant.
Yeah, I've
Mhm.
I've seen it. I know it's real,
Mhm.
but it shouldn't stop the rest of healthcare.
No, it shouldn't.
Man, I feel so bad for all the cancer patients I see.
There were all
I
kinds of
mean,
things. My husband had there were some medical things that came up for him last year. And during all this, it was during the summer when we first saw something was going on. He was having trouble with his vision. And we thought, oh, you need new prescription, all like that. Well, it was hard to get in. By June, roughly when this was kind of going on, May, June, it was hard to get appointments. Some doctors were, kind of opening up a little bit. And by the time we finally got him sorted out or got him into a specialist, it was January of this year. And things moved along pretty quickly at that point, because by that point he's actually lost vision and there's no getting it back, and he's stable now, but at the time it was like, what, if we had been able to get this taken care of sooner, would there have been a chance? We don't know. We don't know if this is something that's a progressive and it would have happened anyway, but and I don't want to throw out too many details, but I mean, he's good now. He's, but yeah, that was a discussion that we had with a couple of physicians, was that backlog and seeing patients. And one of his doctors even said just what you just said. You're still trying to play catch up. And, I feel horrible for people who are working in healthcare and having to see people who had to be put on hold or were put on hold last year.
But,
surgeries that were put back and pushed back as called elective, and they're not. I mean, what you call elective is not what we're always thinking of as elective. It's not all boob jobs. It's yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I say I'm preaching to the
seriously.
choir. You can tell us about it. I don't even work in healthcare, but it's just yeah.
But there's plenty of people, and it was like, really? It was like, is this really elective? But the government said, and I mean, the doctors, don't blame the doctors, please, because I worked with a ton of them, and they were stomping their feet going, my patients need to get taken care of. And they were stomping their feet, and they were like, no, you got to go. You got to see him online. You can't even see him in person.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do surgery on him. You can't do nothing. Just see him online. And it's like, oh, boy.
Yeah, tell me how you go to a neurology appointment online. How do you talk to a neurologist? An eye doctor. How do you do that? And, and there were a lot of physicians who actually lost their jobs. Their departments were closed, because of this. So,
I have a son that had some medical issues, and my wife has medical issues.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, because who I am and who she is, we could take a back door and literally go to their back door of their house and go see them. But, no other patients could do that.
Right.
I mean, but it was like, okay, you need to check out these issues. And they were like, Doc, I almost used my real name. Sorry.
No.
They're like, hey, you need this, this, and this. And so they were able to write stuff and do stuff. But that's not fair.
Well, and you say that
these doctors want to take care of their patients. 99% of them that I know, they're not in it for the money or any of that crap. I mean, they have a heart, and they want to take care of patients, and they are so pissed. They're like, screw it. If I get it, I get it. They all got the vaccine early, so they could see their patients again. They were told they could see the patients, get the vaccine, and boom. Or sorry, Pilgrim, the V, and they could see their patients again, and it hadn't been the case.
No, it
It's
hasn't.
it's getting to be that, but now everything's blown up with the D again, and it's like, holy cow.
Yeah, I saw there's
They got Alphabet.
the D.
They have the Lambada coming out now, apparently.
Yeah, I've heard about that one, and there's the D, and then there's the D plus. I haven't even looked at what that one's supposed to be. It's like I'm trying to at this point just keep from. It's like, you feel like I don't know about anyone else. I feel like I'm just burning out at some point, just from all the garbage. And
You would
I was saying
expect
on
there
my
to be like dead people on the side of the road or on the street and shit. Hearing about this all the time.
yeah. If the mortality rate was higher, I mean, I've said that before too. So if the mortality rate were higher, I mean, this would be a completely different situation.
Like like the bubonic plague in Europe.
Yeah.
Hey, Pilgrim, our ER is jam-packed 24/7 because people wait so long for any little thing that it becomes a big thing, and then it's horrible. And our hospital, and our hospital is 100% full.
Right.
But it's not because of COVID. I mean, we have I don't know, we might have 20, 30 COVID in our hospital.
Well,
but I mean, our hospital is full because everybody's so afraid to come to go to their doctor or to come to the ER until they're too sick, and then they have to be hospitalized.
Right.
So,
well, then clogging up ERs too are also the usual folks who go for just any old reason. I stepped on my toe, that kind of stuff. Pregnancy tests, the things that aren't an actual emergency.
Oh no, we get the drunks that are falling in the busy roads and stuff like that and stuff like that. But
imagine being in a big city where they got to worry about gunshots all the time or some shit like that, or stabbings all the time.
Well, that doesn't always happen in just the large areas. It happens in smaller areas too.
But not in the frequency, though. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some bad stuff that happens out in the country, though. I know
depends.
That there's some bad shit, like some tweakers and stuff like that.
Yeah, depends. When I went through EMT school years ago, I never got to run any really exciting calls. I wound up with all the old people. I was like, why do we get all the CPR and cardiac stuff? I wanted some of the gunshot wounds like that. One of my classmates got several of those, and everyone else, being the weirdos that you are in medicine, or if you're interested in the medical field, we were all as students jealous. We're like, what? We wanted to run that kind of a call. Not really. But
no,
we're not in a big area here. It's a small area where I'm at. But yeah,
No, I like the gunshots. I like the stabbings. I like the trauma. That's me.
Yeah, I enjoyed emergency medicine. I did not go into it, and I tried to always be very transparent on that. Yes, I will say, I went through school, but that's been a while, and I never went and worked in the field. And there's a lot of difference, a huge difference between going through school and then actually working and doing it every day. But life took me a different direction. But I did enjoy emergency medicine and trauma.
No, I used when I was in the Navy, my first duty station was East Oakland, California.
Oh my Lord.
that was a war zone.
Yeah.
And that's why I learned to enjoy the pump. As I get older, I just want that in little spurts.
Yeah.
I enjoy trauma. I enjoy trauma, not every day, but I need it every now and then to get my blood pumping.
It's a definite rush. Yeah. I mean, I can remember being in the fire. Yeah. I remember being in the firehouse as a student. We had to do so many hours on the ambulance and then so many hours in the ER, and every time the tones drop in the firehouse, it was that thrill. But I was also one of the oldest students there. I was in my 40s, and
I never knew all this about you. That's awesome.
Yeah, I said, well, I can remember telling my instructor I was actually about the same age as my instructor, and she said, how are you doing? I said, it's great. I love it. I said, but I can also see where this would get old real quick. I said, it's a thrill, but then also I could see where I would not want that if I was on the here in Texas, you're a paramedic or EMT and a firefighter, so it's both.
Well, I've been
And I was like,
doing medicine for 31 years now. I still enjoy the pump.
Yeah.
I mean, you just either
Do something
love
you
it
love,
or you
you're
hate
not
it.
even working.
Never work a day in your life.
Yeah, I think in medicine, you definitely have to love it. You have to enjoy it. I mean, anyone who's in it, especially for that long, you enjoy it.
No, when we do a trauma, and when blood bank comes running in, and everybody comes running in, and we're stuffing laps, and we're cutting somebody open, and that's the shit right there. That's why it makes me feel alive.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do it every day anymore.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
why
do it.
whenever I'm working at my job, it's not the same level of extremities, but I'll be feeling good whenever I'm making somebody a good steak or some shit over making a badass salmon, but nothing to that. That's awesome.
Hey, Pilgrim, I'm good. I'm good. You know, you make me that perfect steak. That's the same thing, man. The enjoyment,
That's artwork, baby. I can do some artwork on that shit, dude. It's not definitely something. If I was able, there's a difference between a chef and a cook, though. 100% for sure.
That's what I'm saying. If you can give me something to that enjoyment of getting the pump of a major trauma, I'm good with it. And food will do that if you do it right. So I'm good with that. Love it.
See, Laura, she wants Laura wants to know if you can fix her knee.
Wait, I gotta go.
Wrap it up in an ace bandage. There you go.
You can start doing streams like that where you're walking somebody through how to fix something that's wrong with them.
Well, we gotta
we'll help you fix yourself physically.
After my first strike.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the platform would be all over that. I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough code words.
I don't know, Laura. Put what's
Laura's had
wrong
some problems with that knee for a long time. I know. I heard her talking about it before.
Put what's wrong with your knee, and maybe I can just look in the chat.
You can kind of post it in the chat.
Maybe as a suggestion. Maybe.
And I can just see what you put in the chat.
I don't know. I like Hutch's. Rub some dirt on it. Oh, wait. No, wait. You were in the military, Doc. You'll know this one. Drink some water and take some Motrin. That's what I used to tell my husband in the Army.
That's what her problem is. She had to change her socks, though.
Yes, and change your socks. Mister's got his headphones on, or if he could hear me say that, I'll tell him later. Change your socks. Oh, you need a replacement. Where'd Doc go?
He'll probably hop back on again in a second. He loses his signal a lot. He's walking around.
Oh, gotcha. It's already wrapped. You just had surgery. Okay. Oh, okay. But so you had surgery on it, but they say you need a problem. So you had surgery on it already, but now they say you need a replacement instead or in addition. Well, that's the problem, Bug Dude.
Getting my knee replaced.
I've known I've known a few people that get the knee replacements, and it's they get you back on your feet like very quickly, like within. Usually, they want you up and moving around before they release you to make sure everything is fine. You're not having any issues. But usually if you have a knee replacement, you're gonna be up moving around slowly, but you'll be back on your feet really quick. I knew someone that I actually worked for, a gentleman who had he had both knees replaced about a month and a half maybe apart. They did one and then they did the other one, and he was moving slowly, and he had pain medication, in case he needed it, but he did great. And he was, like 70 something years old when he had it done. He came through it great.
That's good.
And Keith has got a broken foot. I know that. Let's see
Keith
here.
has been the one that's been. I've been getting a lot of good information from Keith lately.
Post the link. Oh, Doc says he got kicked out and dropped the link again.
Why you keep on getting kicked out for, Bubba? Let me see. Yeah, I'm working on customizing my car right now. That's what my preps are. As far as what my preps are going into is customizing my car into something I could get my stuff out of and just go from there, or just use my car as a shelter.
Yeah.
If it came down to it.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Laura. Yeah, I had a torn meniscus. Mine was a kind of a weird. It wasn't anything that they could do surgery on, and I just had to wait and see if it would repair itself or heal, which it kind of did. So you had a torn meniscus, and then they took out the arthritis from the joint, but they didn't know it was as bad as it was, so now they want to replace. Yeah, well.
How does that end up happening to somebody though? Or like, what does that that just happens as life goes on, or how does that happen?
What do you mean, torn meniscus?
No, if they already done a meniscus repair or shaved it down,
right?
I mean, she's getting older, and that's just part of what happens to us,
right?
And you're just going to have to live with it. Motrin, and ibuprofen, and just icing it every now and then, and just
manage it.
Just manage it, because you don't want a total knee until you have to have a total knee.
Yeah, that's the thing. The people I know who have had it done, they were at the end of the rope. That was it. It was like you have to have it done, or you're just going to be in constant pain until you forever, or until you do this, and that kind of a pain. Yeah.
In Pilgrim, I just get punted at random, and I don't get a post at random, and all this other stuff. I don't know what YouTube's doing to me, so sorry, bro. But I got straight punted.
Sorry, I left in earlier, guys. I had come home from work. I was supposed to do a little electrical project to the sprinklers in the yard, and then Mrs. Foxhole came home and said, "How's it going with the yard?" Oh, shoot.
Oh, yes. I was working on that. I just took a break.
Happy wife, happy life, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's something I've been having to learn the hard way.
No comment.
It's good to have you on our Lucky Day Preparedness. You're like the third woman that's ever been on the show before.
Oh, good to be here. I haven't really been on. I don't think I've been on. I've been on Tribe Stream a couple times, and hopped up on like a test stream with somebody. But yeah, I don't really hop up on other streams too much. So glad to be here.
Where are you from? I missed it.
Me, Texas.
Have you heard about Into the Foxhole? Like, he's somebody that's been on YouTube for a minute, but like his they keep you from. He's been banned a couple times because he put some videos on how to cast your own lead. But
yeah, that'll do it.
He's also
only like Demolition Ranch. He's making videos, and he's like, you're not allowed to hold them. You're not allowed to have parts to them. But he's got these things in his hands, and he's launching projectiles at projectile-proof glass and blowing things up. And how does he get around the YouTube terms of services?
Yeah, well, how big's that channel, though?
Making him a lot of money, huh?
Exactly.
I'm ready to make him a lot of money.
I was saying, if you make that kind of money for the platform, they're not going to cut a good customer. They're not going to cut that revenue stream,
Yeah, $1 million views.
Meanwhile, those of us that are tiny don't put out too much good information, or they're going to stomp us and give us strikes.
Yeah, and they'll be claiming copyright on some shit, and I'll be like, copyright because it's something I was talking about.
With me, I've gotten a couple of copyright strikes. It just means you can't monetize that video if you ever, try to monetize it. For me, it was for music that I thought was okay, and I was like, really? I don't care, whatever. So it could be for music, or if you were showing maybe a news clip or something. I have no idea.
Now, did you weigh in on that news clip?
On which one? I came into the stream late. I came in when just as Pilgrim was showing the TikTok of the lady talking about Mount Guardian, and I just kind of gave it a cursory glance. I actually had a couple of other streams up in other windows, so I was closing those out while I was looking at that.
Yeah, it just seems like this lady's trying to connect the dots. There's a lot going on.
Bob, what's up, Bubba?
Yeah, I mean, I get that she kind of what I gleaned from it was she's trying to kind of say get ready because camps are coming, and I'm not quite, I personally am not quite there yet with that. I don't really think so. The Mount Guardian thing, or she was talking about, that was like an exercise in 2011 in Colorado, in Denver.
Oh, that long ago, huh?
Yeah, that's what came up when I did a quick search on it, and that's what popped up, and there were several things that popped up on it, and it was like modeled after whatever had happened in Mumbai and this
Sometimes
kind of thing.
that sucks. You'll get information that'll seem like it's recent, but it was actually something that's from 10 years ago.
Right. Well, and when she said it happened not too long ago, or it's pretty recent, I thought, okay, well, let me see. And I thought, well, maybe it's been done since then. I didn't see anything offhand that indicated it had been done since 2011. So I was like, well, 2011 was 10 years ago. So I personally don't call that recently, but
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we got somebody else we're going to bring up on here with us.
Okay, I'm going to mute my mic for a second. I need to take care of something.
Yes, ma'am.
Howdy. What's going on with you, everybody?
What's up, Bubba? Legendary Hutch Homestead. What are you doing, man?
Shit, chilling. Got a nice little 2-mile ride in today. Now I'm just kicking back.
Now, that's for the motorcycle or for the car?
For the bike.
Dude, that's badass, dude. You're planning on doing some traveling with that horn.
Oh, I'm getting some trips in this year, man. I'll be heading up toward Doc Maxway here. I'm going to Topeka to meet up with Mojo Man on Labor Day weekend. I'm going to ride up there and do some camping and shit.
Nice, man.
That's going to be badass.
Bring your fishing pole.
Yeah, I already got it set up. I got my, I don't like calling it a bug out bag, but I got my bags ready for the bike. It fits perfectly. So I got my little solar panel. I got 2 fishing poles, my whole tackle box, tent, hammock. I could literally live on the highway forever with the stuff I've got set up for this damn thing.
Well, just don't forget the bacon, man.
I'm not a big bacon fan.
Oh,
jerky and nuts all day long.
Yeah, I can eat some peanuts. That's for sure, man. That's a cheap form of protein,
That's why I got to have peanut butter in everything I do, because if you got a big jar of peanut butter, you got at least a week to live.
Yeah. I was on a diet for a while, and at night, if I'd get some craving, instead of eating like candy, sugar, just crap, whatever it is you got the craving for, I'd take a big spoonful of this natural peanut butter. It's just salt and peanuts ground up. And that would put a lump in my stomach, and it would like stop me from craving. And
that's why I figure if I can get some jerky, some honey, and like a plastic jar of honey, and then a jar of peanut butter, I'm good to go. All I got to find is water.
Hey, Hutch, how you doing?
What's going on with you?
Not a whole lot. You talking about what you get? What your preps are? Honey and peanut butter? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the bag for my bike.
Oh yeah, nice.
A little road trip food.
Oh yeah, that would be some super easy road trip food. Yeah, if you're able to eat peanut butter, definitely. I recommend that to everyone, as long as you don't have a nut allergy.
I live off of peanut butter. We probably go through probably $20 worth of peanut butter every week.
Wow, it's a lot of peanut butter.
Yeah. Hey, peanut butter and tuna, man, it'll keep you alive in the hard times.
Yeah, it will.
I love some tuna. See, I ate too much peanut butter growing up, though.
You don't like it anymore?
I still mess with it every now and then, but it's hard for me to eat ramen as well.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you, sir?
Sometimes if you have too much of one thing, I think I talked about this once before, is if you have too much of one thing as a kid, everyone's got the one thing you just don't want to eat any more of. For me, it's bologna. If I have to eat bologna sandwiches, that's some hard times for me because I can't stand it.
Hey, Hutch, will you make a couple videos of your road trip adventure?
Yeah, I'm going to, for my old lady to sign my permission slip, I'm probably going to have to live stream every second of it that I possibly can.
Straight up.
So she knows where you've been.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
it's only like 20 miles from where my old man lives up north in Kansas. So I can knock out hella birds with one stone just on that little trip.
Yeah, go see him. Yeah.
if you roll by anywhere near us, hey, I got a camper tent too, and I got a vehicle that we go out.
I already told
Yeah,
you, Doc.
straight
You need to
party-
email me, man.
party and Doc
I'm
Mac and Mojo, man.
coming straight through your town. We're going out to Perry Lake.
Okay, I grew up on Perry Lake, but I'm on the Missouri side now. But yeah, I grew up on Perry.
You got a guide now.
Hey guys, I'm gonna sign off for now. I gotta get to some things before bedtime here. It was good to see y'all.
Hey, it was good talking to you
Go get
again,
your
man. We'll get together and do this again in the future, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for the invite.
Peace, my
See you
brother.
later. Bye.
Yeah, y'all go check out
Yeah,
Fox
I'll be
Soul.
coming.
You ain't already.
I'm not coming through Weston, but I'm coming straight down. I'm going not 36. I can't remember the name of that town.
30.
It's like
You going 35 or 29?
No, it's
up.
13.
Okay.
Yeah, I
When
don't
you
go
guys
through the
gonna
cities
come to
anymore.
Tennessee?
You go. You hit 29, you're gonna run right into me.
Yeah, I know. But we're going up just about 14 miles north of you.
Oh, I'll go. I'll meet you up there. That's where my kin lives. If that's
We
what
all
you're
need to
talking
meet
about.
together in Washington, D.C. soon.
DC's on lockdown. I don't think I would do anything.
Or maybe
at all.
not D.C. exactly. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm
I
not
forgot
going near
all about
DC
that
myself.
shit. We need to have this million
You know,
picture
they got-
march somewhere. Maybe like a place like New York City or some shit like that.
Well,
What?
I saw Angry had a stream earlier
Go
of
to the
whatever that
craziest
protest
place
was today.
possible. Oh, really? I didn't get to see that. He had a stream on it.
He had it. Yeah, he streamed it. He was
Yeah.
there, and Catskills Prepper
Did
showed
it get
it.
crazy? Did
Do
it
what?
get a little crazy? Did it get crazy for the man or what?
No, it didn't look like it was huge. But I mean, it's a Monday. People go to work, so I don't know how many people were there. But yeah, I think it was like at City Hall or something like that. But it looked like it was a decent turnout as far as I could tell. But yeah, he streamed it. He was down
At
there, and
least
then
it was
Catskill
some-
Prepper showed it on. She showed it was streaming on, I think, a news station or on a website, but she was showing her computer. That was pretty cool. So
Now I'm from Black County, Hutch, and even I say a Purple Summit would be in the Ozarks somewhere. And
Oh,
we
absolutely.
are up there.
Hours away from me.
And I'm from Black County, which is, we're red, white, blue through and through. But no, the Ozarks is where you have the Purple Summit.
I know that's what I was trying to figure out because we got Pomme de Terre, we got Stockton Lake, the Warsaw Lake outside of Clinton. Everywhere down here is freaking lakes and campgrounds, and it's centrally located, so it's equal amount for almost everybody. But I don't know too many people in the Ozarks really to organize anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I go camping down there. We go down to the lakes, and of course I do up here too, and I go down to Chadwick and stuff. But yeah, I mean that's God's country.
And everybody on the chat, he says, it's mid country. That's where everybody needs to go.
Yeah.
Not New York or oh my God, New York. I'm not even going there because I can't take my things.
I couldn't afford to drive to
things.
New York with the toll roads.
Well, I
got toll roads.
But I still felt sketched out about it. But I was like, nah, dude. If anything happens, it would be worth the trouble. But I kept it hidden, though. You know what I'm saying? I didn't keep it carrying with me, but I carried my thing with me.
Yeah, but if you got pulled over, though, you're looking at some time.
Mm-hmm.
Serious time.
But thank God I'm still here. I don't recommend that to everybody. Definitely don't do that shit. But I'm saying, like, if I would have been driving, like, hey, if they would have stopped me on the interstate, I would have been like, I'm going to a place like Vermont, or I'm going back. As long as you don't tell them that you're going to a place where guns are illegal at, then you're fine. From what I was reading,
It doesn't matter. Even in the city like that, even if you're just
but
driving
if you're on the interstate, then put the link, share the link.
Yeah, out in the counties, it'll be different. But like as soon as you go in like Manhattan stuff, you're on an island. So you intentionally
you
went in there
definitely
with
can't
it.
be having no shit like in New York City for sure. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Like, but yeah, and it wasn't even that bad, honestly, guys. And I went up there, but there wasn't
That's
that
too
many
many people for me, man.
there.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I went there, there wasn't that many people for carrying a firearm.
Yeah, Bug Dude, it's gotten to where we're like that as well. I don't go anywhere, can't drive it, and if we can't bring our toys with us.
On the interstate, not for open.
Oh, I was going to say too, I was thinking everybody who is, stepping on bugging out or has a car, some kind of way that they're relying on, spend $30 and get you a complete oil change kit and throw it in your trunk.
That's a good suggestion. Yeah.
4 quarts
what was
oil,
it?
Definitely. Yeah.
4 quarts of oil, a filter, and the filter wrench. Throw that stuff in your trunk just in case.
Okay, so I have an extra. Okay. In case you gotta
And learn how to change your own damn oil. That would be great. Yeah.
I don't know how to do it, but I've had a couple of friends tell me it's really not that hard. So
it's easy. It's just about spacing. You just keep rolling.
What was it, Hutch? My bad, Bubba.
It's easy if you're raised that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
The hardest part is just trying to figure out how to get underneath the car if you've got a low car.
I never even thought about like that, but I always did have a spare oil filter though. But I never even thought about keeping it like as a spare in case I needed to use it. I just had it there because I forgot to get it changed. I mean, I already did get it changed.
Yeah,
I went ahead and got it changed, but I didn't get it changed myself though. I said, screw it, I'll just get them changed to Walmart. And I ended up having this extra filter.
Right. Hey, you save yourself 15, 20, $30 though if you do it yourself.
That's true.
Dude, yeah, because I'm saying like I don't like the idea of having to pay that just to get my oil changed whenever I could do it myself.
Yeah, all you need is a wrench and a little filter tool. That's why I was like 100 miles from the house today, and I was like, damn, if I had my own oil set up with me, I could change the oil on the side of the road because it was so damn hot outside today.
No,
so that's what kicked in. I just thought.
Dude, it was hot here in Tennessee today too, dude.
I have an extra filter just because of the Hutch. You're going, you might hate my vehicle that I have now, but I just got a new vehicle and it's a badass truck, but I'm scared of ripping the bottom out of it. And so what's on the bottom of your engine is your oil filter. So I got an oil filter, and I'm keeping it underneath my seats in the back. So that's a great idea. Yeah. I don't have any oil, so that's, I need to get a couple quarts. But Yeah, I immediately thought of that when I looked underneath it. You know, my new vehicle. I was like, oh, yeah, that's the only thing I could rip out because everything else is protected by the skid plate and stuff. I'm like, okay.
And it's
That's
such an
the
easy
one
thing.
thing that
You pay so
that's
much.
the
to get
one
your
thing
damn
that could fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing that could fail. Yeah, I need a backup for it, and so I went and bought. It was like $8, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw it in the back of my truck. If I never use it, I never use it. But if I need it, I'm gonna need it quick before all my oil drains out. But now I might keep a couple extra quarts in. Good idea, Hutch. I'm serious.
That's a really good idea.
I'm planning on raising some hell in that truck.
Right.
All right, guys, I'm going to hop out here. I'm trying to actually stick to a decent schedule, a reasonable schedule. I got to get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to get up a little bit early, too. We'll keep it running a little bit more. But
right.
It was an honor having you on here. We'll hope to talk to you again in the future.
Thanks for letting me hop up. Y'all have a good night.
Peace.
Good talking
Bye-bye.
to you.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, Lady Dan.
Bye.
Lady
Nice to meet
Dame
you.
Preparedness.
All right, let me see what. There we go.
I got off
There
of
we
YouTube
go.
for a while.
I'm down the prepper pantry right now. I moved
What do you
from
say,
outside.
What do you say, Hutch? That's a badass pantry, Doc. What do you say?
Yeah. I said, hell, I don't even know.
World.
I had to plug in my phone. It's about to die, so I had to move downstairs instead of outside.
You got an iPhone, Doc?
No, I have a Samsung 20 Note.
That's a, you seem like you'd have a badass phone, though. Am I right, or do you have what kind of?
No, I got a badass phone.
Straight up, yeah, that's a good camera. Yeah, I got this iPhone 12, dude. I feel like it's 5G off the shit spit, you know. When I first got it, I felt a little bit sick. I don't know if it was because I was already sick or it's because I think it was definitely I might have already been sick and coincidentally I'd got the phone and then all of a sudden I started getting really sick. But that's the iPhone 12 for you dudes.
$50 one.
So I didn't buy it all at the same time. What do you say, Hutch?
$50 Walmart phone. Easy to replace.
Straight up, dude. Like I'll be getting pissed and shit with my phone, dude, and sometimes I'll be smashing it and shit, like on my knee or smashing it on my car, fucking steering wheel, dude. It won't get broken, thank God. But dude, if I were to ever break this phone, dude, I'd be so pissed at myself, dude.
That would be another thing to have. If you
This
get
is
the
like-
$50 phone from Walmart, you don't need a SIM card. Just have Wi-Fi, and you can download books and recipes and music and shit, and just carry it around like a backup iPod. That way, no matter what you do, you got books, you got music. You know what I mean? Simple solar charger. Just don't break your phone.
Straight up. Sometimes you get into fits of rage and you just want to throw your phone and destroy it, but then you later on you regret. You're like, no.
Pilgrim, I'm a lot older than you. I don't do that anymore, so I can have a more expensive phone. But I understand where you're coming from, bro. I've been there.
Well, they had those things that you twist it and shit and went like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Rotary phone?
Oh
Yes,
my
exactly.
God.
That's
Yes.
your era, Doc.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks. I'm that old. But yeah, that was in our kitchen when I was a little kid.
Mine
too.
too.
I remember, dude, that's like, because my dad, I think my dad is 47 or 4. He's 48 years old or some shit. And he remembers microwaves whenever he was a little kid.
They came out in like the 50s, right? Late 60s
Yeah, but
or early.
We didn't have a microwave until
like,
I was almost in the military. I mean,
I guess that was the 50s, Hutch.
Did you see that trend a couple years ago where people were hooking the actual the phone with the cord and shit. You know what I'm talking about? They were hooked. They had adapters that hooked to your cell phone, so people would have the twisty cord and all that shit, and then the handheld phone. It's freaking crazy.
Well, what was funny is I went from the rotary phone in the kitchen with like a 50 feet extension, so you can take it to your dad in the recliner in the living room or whoever it might be.
Everybody,
you answered the phone and you were like, "Oh, yes, mom's in the bathroom," and you ran into the bathroom halfway across the house. It was a long ass twisty cord.
Yep.
And so I went into the service and got to California, and all of a sudden, all these doctors were walking around with these big ass like bags, and they thought they were the shit. They had bag phones.
Yeah. The first time I ever saw one of those, the dope man down there in Leavenworth was walking down the middle of the street carrying his damn briefcase-sized fucking phone case. You know what I mean? Everybody was like, "Oh shit, he's got a phone."
Hutch, you just said Leavenworth, and I grew up in Leavenworth.
Yep.
Are we brothers, truly? And we just don't know it. But
hey, I wouldn't doubt it. My back in '98, some chick just randomly popped up on our porch and was like, "Hey, you're my dad," and boom. Yeah, my dad was a hoe, man.
Yeah, so is mine. So, hey, damn, Hutch, we could be brothers. That's funny.
Yeah, when I was up on over on the north side, over on 2nd Street.
Well, I grew up on 18th, and
okay.
But before then, I was on 8th.
Out there,
and I was on. When I was little, I was on 4th.
Okay.
Damn, Hutch. We're getting closer and closer. This is scary.
Yeah, it was. We lived on 2nd and Potawatomi. And
Okay.
then I did all my dirty stuff over on between 6th and 8th in Ottawa.
Okay. So yeah.
My girlfriends were all over on by the grocery store up there by Hyde Park and all that shit.
Okay, because yeah, my job was at a Balls off Spruce. That's where I got my job and stuff. But yeah, I was off.
It's changed. I know I disappeared from there for a while, and then I went back, and now the mall was closed. Walmart's moved all the way out to fucking 20th Street. It's crazy looking over there now. Kmart's dead.
Yeah, every time I go twice a year back there, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
The Walmart's moved again.
It's like they're expanding it out instead of fixing what they already got. They're just letting the inside fucking die, and they just keep trying to. It's like they're trying to reach out there to the Speedway some way.
Yeah. Yeah, I got feelings that we know mutual people especially in Leavenworth, the way you're talking.
Probably.
Yeah.
How old are you?
What?
I was there from like 93 to 2000.
Okay, so you just might. No, I got the hell out in 90. As soon as I could get out away from high school, I joined the military and I was gone. I was I gotta get out of here.
Did you go to high school in Leavenworth?
Yeah, I went to LHS.
I guarantee you know my brother then. I'm not going to put his name out there, but I guarantee you know him.
All right. Well, he might know me because I was just a dumbass back then.
He's about your age.
Probably.
Yeah. It's a small world, man. It's crazy how that works. It's like we moved down here, 4 hours away, and we're still running into people that, 11-word tags, even fucking people that I knew back when from 93 that I hadn't seen in 20, 30 years. Craziness.
That's why when a while back when you were like, yeah, I was here, and I'm like, well, when I got out of the service, yeah, I moved to over the river, and you were like, yeah, I know where that's at. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know we were,
Oh, yeah.
that maybe that close.
The second gas station on the Missouri side before you get to Leavenworth, crossing the bridge there? That little apartment there? That's where I spent my entire 16th year. I lived out there in that little shed next to that gas station.
Okay.
Wow.
I know exactly. I've passed by there 1,000 times because even when I got out of service for a little while, even though I lived on the Missouri side, I had to go over. I actually worked at Lansing for a little bit at the prison. So every day I passed by there.
Yep. Yeah, I stayed out there until one night. It was crazy. I had a
Virginia Roots. What's up?
It's like literally right next to the gas station, like 10 foot from the gas station. And they had the best pink lemonade, man. That shit, you blitzed out of your mind. That pink lemonade was on point. You know what I mean? So I had an 86 Lincoln that was jet black. And I had one white guy and one black guy with me. And we were in the house smoking, playing fucking Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega and shit. And then the police, Platte County police, kicked the door in. Come in talking about the hood's still warm. I'm sitting here smoking, freaking the fuck out. They caught my two buddies outside, and we fit the description of another set of our buddies, but he drove a Grand Marquis, and he had a white dude and a black dude with him. So the cars look almost identical. They literally just robbed the goddamn gas station. So the only reason they let us go was because they caught them before they got to the other gas station, headed back to Leavenworth.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Yeah.
And I moved out of Missouri. Yeah, then Platte County.
That was a chapter of your life, huh? A pretty crazy chapter of it, huh?
Hey, there's some bad stories from that place, man.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, but those Platte County, they don't fuck with you. It's on. Don't fuck with them.
Right. I'll admit I was a little hoodlum motherfucker back in the day, so I probably deserve it.
That's something I can say about myself. I never got too crazy. I had some fun, but, I never got too crazy. I just, probably never got caught with some of the shit I did too, so thank God.
It's like I say, whenever I jump into something, I jump in full fucking force. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. I ran into wrong people. You know what I mean?
I think that's our raising, Hutch. You go hardcore, you don't come at all.
Right.
And a lot of people won't understand that. And it scares a lot of people.
If you're gonna half-ass it, there's no point in fucking doing it. Life's too short.
No shit.
Get that experience, learn from it, go on to the next thing.
If it punches you straight in the face, well, yeah, we learned from it, but we're still coming forward.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well. Damn, Pilgrim. I'm gonna have to meet Hutch. We're gonna have to roll up on each other.
Just don't Mark David Chapman him.
What?
Mark David Chapman. I'm just bullshitting.
No,
hey, Doc Matt,
look
at the private comments.
Oh, okay, I'm
about to post it. Hold on.
I got 0 right now.
I'm still typing. 1 second.
Okay, that's sorry.
There you go.
Try it again because I'm stupid. Hutch. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're getting together. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Dude, that's badass, dude. You guys should do a live stream together and shit too, and also have a good time. That sounds awesome.
I ain't talked to him in a minute though, because he married into a cop family. You know the shit he was
Yeah.
doing back in the day. He fucking he was looking at like 3 years, so he shaved his hair. Like my brother is like back in the day was like 6'10" and hair down to his belt line, like real shit, full blown.
Yeah, I only remember the hair done. I mean, I'm talking 20 years ago,
Yeah.
at least.
So he was looking at
I
some
get,
time and cut his hair. Married into a cop family. Now he's wearing pink polo shirts and listening to Nicki Minaj and shit. Poor guy.
oh shit. Well, I mean, you can literally see me. So I ain't the one. But yeah, that's, oh my god, that's funny. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not that big of a town, especially in the high school. I knew how that shit works.
Isn't that a major city or some shit?
It's what, 60,000?
Yeah, but when I was in high school, it might have been 25.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing.
Did you guys get paddled in high school back in the day?
Not in high school, in grade
We
school.
got paddled in my high school and shit still in middle school. They paddle us for horse playing in the hallway, and we were in like 10th and 11th grade.
Oh no, that's abuse right there.
Yeah,
I got
no.
kindergarten
No,
to third
Pilgrim,
grade, I got my ass whooped every week.
Nobody's
They're
fucking
searching for
with me in high
Chinese
school.
world.
Huh?
I was too good of a wrestler. I was actually in shape. No,
I used to play
no
some foosball.
teacher would dare do that to me.
They wanted me to play football for Lansing, and they were going to pay for all my gear and shit because we were like, welfare peoples. But I was like, man, I was making more money selling shit on the street than. But I was man, back in the day, I was killing them, man. I was a fucking beast. I just never, you know what I'm saying? It never peaked my interest.
No, I actually played football for Leavenworth and actually ended up breaking my femur.
Damn it, man. Yeah, I was in Lansing, and my old man was living in the apartments up right off the bridge, like as far north as you could possibly go. So I would ride my bike from there to Lansing High and then back every damn day to go to school. It's like a good 7-mile trip. That shit sucked, but I was a beast, man. But nobody liked me because I was the poor kid from Leavenworth. So I was like, I don't want to play with these sons of bitches anyway. You know what I mean? But I could smoke them all. That's all.
My stepdad, you know that little house that's by the creek, by the bridge, by the prison? There used to be a bar. He owned that.
The one in town?
Yeah, in Lansing.
That's where the fire station is now, isn't it?
It's up above that, down.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. It's like 2 blocks
yeah,
up. Okay.
Yeah, that little house used to be a bar. That was my stepdad's bar.
Yeah, it's a small fucking world, man. It's crazy how this shit happens.
Yeah. Fuck, Hutch.
This is like a long lost reunion between you guys.
No, I knew
you guys ever meet each other as young men.
The first time I heard him, I knew he was my people.
Yeah, I got some stories from Leavenworth, man. But that's gonna be some later on shit.
That's gonna be us at a campfire having a few. And you token a few maybe.
Oh, there's no maybes. I'm always token a few.
Do you
I'm
smoke
good with
dog?
that, bro.
Oh no, you can't say it.
No, I do not. I do not disapprove. I just can't because of my job.
Yeah, straight up, that sucks, dude. But it should be like a 24-hour thing, as long as you're on a high at work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's the thing is they can't judge it. You know what I mean? And you
Yeah, they
figure
can't
if
judge
it's not federally backed, they really insurance wise, their hands are tied. They have no choice.
Yeah, so I have friends that do it around me, and no problem with it. No problem with any of you guys that do. I just don't, and it would probably be better for me than the alcohol I choose, but
yes, it would.
It's not allowed. So
someday
that's how it is.
Gotta wait for the tides to change. That's how it works.
But you know, me and Hutch can sit around a campfire and he can light up and I'll drink a few beers and we'll have a great time and that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
I got some breaking news for you guys real quick.
What you got?
The co-founder of the Whitest Kids You Know, Trevor Moore, has passed away at 41 years old. I don't know if you guys have watched that show.
I can't hear a thing you're saying. You're muffled.
you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
The co-founder of the show, it's called The Whitest Kids You Know. His name is Trevor Moore. He passed away at 41 today. Like just now. Or was it yesterday? Okay, and it's coming out now. But yeah, this dude, that was a pretty funny show. But that's a little bit of news.
I've heard the name, but I can't picture it in my head.
The Whitest Kids You Know. It was like a sketch show.
They're really huge for that Abraham Lincoln
Oh,
video.
Are they the ones that sang "Get a New Daddy" and shit?
Yeah, they had a bunch of songs and stuff and a bunch of skits.
That's fine.
But man, I'm gonna have to buy me some land out in Missouri. I'm thinking, fellas. So you guys might see me buying me some land over there in that area and shit here in the next couple months.
Lord's got the idea right there. She said we used to play on the train and we would walk. I want to do just 1 year of my life. I just want to hop on a fucking train with nothing but my bag and see where it goes.
That's the life right there. That's freedom, Bubba. That's true freedom. Like I don't see any trains where I live at. I never see any trains around
That
here.
would be cool. Because I've always dreamed of like doing the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah,
I've read a lot about it, and I just want to.
I live on that shit, dude.
800 miles.
Do that.
That would be fucking awesome to do that thing.
I want to do it once in my life. I want to be able to
takes
do
about
it.
6 months, I'd say, or something like that. Maybe 3 months.
Yeah, you're going through some seasons on that bitch.
But you're going from Tennessee, Virginia, New York State, Pennsylvania.
Starts in Alabama, right?
I believe so.
And ends in Maine.
I believe so. Let me look this up.
No, I think I want to start up in like Maine or New York and go down.
Right.
Because I don't like cold weather.
Oh, I hear you on that shit. Yeah, that'd be the smart way to do it.
I want to go north to south.
Yeah.
But that's been one of my dreams. So, but a train across America, Hutch, oh man, that'd be the same thing. I mean, that'd be a lot less walking.
See, it's about the experience. You know what I mean? Like, I want to ride the bike cross country. I'd like to take the camper cross country. You know, each one's a different experience.
Yeah, I've got to do a lot of stuff around the world that most people haven't got to do. But I just want to experience so much more. It's just gotten a lot harder now with us, with this situation.
Yeah, and that's why people got to do that shit now before you can anymore. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between a hobo and a homeless person. You know what I mean? I know so many people from Kansas City who have literally never left a 30-block radius in their entire life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
They'll
those
never leave
people.
their own town that they're born at. Most people,
But I got a lot of people that are like, well, we want to go to the ocean. I'm like, well, fuck, the ocean's closed. I'm going to South Dakota. And they're like, why did you go to South Dakota? And I'm like, because it's beautiful. There's great people. And man, we went in June and got to see Mount Rushmore and stuff, which has always been on my bucket list.
You have a bike?
We got what?
Do you have a bike?
No.
He could get one if he wanted to, though.
Not after the truck I just bought. my wife was 100% okay with it.
Yeah, you probably dropped a good dime on the truck.
Yeah, it's a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, and it can climb over anything and do anything. And I plan on doing that shit.
The 4-door pickup?
Yeah, but this thing has the suspension. It's a rock climber.
Hell yeah.
Because I want to take it down to Chadwick, and I want to raise some hell. And we have some places up here, and of course in Kansas where I know. But this thing will do anything I want it to do, and I can camp in it.
Hell yeah.
And plus, actually this last weekend I took 3 yards of dirt I had to go by. And me and my wife, who's 52, we took all those wheelbarrows back and built our second garden, which doubled the size of our garden. It was crazy. I was like, I'm gonna rip out my garden to do a second season, how we do, because we still have time to grow stuff here, Hutch. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna rip out what I have in my garden right now. And she's like, well, why don't you put in, because I bought a whole bunch of stuff for next year. And she's like, why don't you put some of that stuff out? Once I saw it out there, I was like, okay. And next thing I know, I'm buying 3 more yards of dirt. And I need 1 more yard of dirt. And to build a whole new garden so I can plant for a second season before it freezes here. So I'd take a day off today.
The weather's been weird. The weather's been weird and fucking our shit up. I don't know if we're gonna have, because this next week it's gonna be back in the 90s, but come September, October, I'm like, damn, everything seems like it's like a month behind now.
I know. That's why today I was like, damn, after doing those 3 yards yesterday in 100-degree weather and dumping them and getting the garden ready, I was like, I need the 50-50 mixture to get on top, and then I'm gonna plant my second season garden. And this garden is gonna be huge in my backyard. And I was like, okay, I need to take a break. I'm old. I've had a couple back fusions and stuff. I need to take a break.
It feels like tomorrow it's been getting colder, huh?
But tomorrow I'm getting 1 more yard. I'm getting it in. I'm getting my other garden. The garden's going to be in. So we're going to be good.
Hell yeah.
And I'm hoping, as long as we don't have one of those freak October freezes, we should be good. Because I'm planting a whole bunch of, 60-day stuff, things like that. So we can and freeze.
I got to check my potatoes this weekend. I popped my green beans yesterday. So the only thing I left, I got is gourds. But I'm pretty much done growing for the year.
I was a little disappointed with my potatoes, to be honest with you, man. I did not get as much as I thought I was going to get. I've been getting a lot of squash. Huh?
You got 2 meals out of it.
Dude, exactly. Yeah, there'll be some tasty meals, too.
I was planning on just planting nothing but potatoes right now, immediately. and because they'd be ready by the end of October, early November. I can't find anything for potatoes in my area. I'm like, oh shit. So
just buy a bag from the grocery store.
yeah, I got some. I had a backup, and so I cut some up and stuff. I was like, damn it, I can't get anything potato wise. I'm like, but I'm planning on.
This is my first year growing them, so we'll see what happens. But hey, I get better every year, so I ain't complaining. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I'm planning on right now. Tomorrow after I get that last bed in, I'm putting another line of cucumbers in and squash and everything. I'm gonna replant.
How big are your beds?
I've got a lot of squash.
Are they raised beds? Well, hell, even if they're not.
They're raised beds.
Get you some
12-inch
PVC pipe, that half-inch PVC pipe, and just make you a fucking hoop house frame that fits right over top of them. Even if it does freeze in October, you can still get tomatoes and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But I think, I mean, my beds are what are they? 32 by 24 are my raised beds. I mean, I've gone all out now.
Hell yeah!
I started out with a 6-inch by 12-inch pot,
right,
years ago. So don't anybody get frustrated in the chat. I mean, I started out with little pots on the back deck.
Thank you, Susanna. Have a good night.
I've just grown and grown and grown, and I wasn't even planning on making it this big. Miss Doc was like, let's do this shit. I'm like, okay, let's do this shit.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people, they get overwhelmed.
Let's just try it.
Yeah. A lot of these people see these damn preppers and they think they can do that shit overnight. Like, no, it takes time. Growing food takes time to learn. It's patience. Use what you got. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
No, I've screwed up so much. So, Pilgrim, when your plants die and you get nothing from them, don't get down. I've had so much stuff die, or like this year, my squash plant was like 8 feet long and it was huge, and I produced so much squash. And my cucumber plants had produced so much, and guess what rolled in last week? Squash bugs. Killed it all in 2 days. Because I'm all organic and I don't know all what I need to spray and do yet. But I was like, damn it, I was trying to be totally organic and totally free of pesticides and everything else, and man, it done so great and produced so much. In 2 days, these damn little bugs came and wiped out everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rip that shit out, do it again.
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna lose more than you actually keep alive.
Man, I was so happy with what I produced this year. So I'm lucky. I mean, so
okay. Here's something for you guys in the chat. I've got persimmon trees back here, right? So I've had one that produces a little bit because I chopped everything down before I knew what they were. So now I got some more raising back up. But as I'm seeing that they're raising back up, I've literally got 130 persimmon trees growing in the backyard. So what is something good that I can make out of persimmons? Is that just jams, pretty much? You guys know what I'm talking about?
What do you guys think about that? I'm new to all of this.
They're like an orange had a baby with a peach, but it was small. You know what I mean? Like golf ball size. And it smells like that Trident mango.
What do you say it was called again?
Persimmons, something like that.
Persimmons? That sounds good, dude.
Yeah, the wife is way asleep, or I'd ask her. Because she knows what to do with persimmons. But maybe I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's the way they're lined up is pretty much they've just been sitting here for so long before we cleaned it out that they, the seeds dropped and just kept rolling down the hill. And now I got a forest of those things if I let them grow.
Stuart says to sell the trees. Laura says they bring deer. You can make jams and jellies out of them.
I know the pigs love them. I love the way they smell.
I used to have jam when I was a little kid, persimmon jam, but I don't know anything about it.
Dude, that sounds good, dude. That's making me hungry.
Everything's good when it's out of the garden and fresh.
Dude, I've noticed about all the jalapenos I've gotten, the tomatoes I've gotten. I haven't tried none of the potatoes yet, but I will soon. But, my squash I've eaten. That's some of the best stuff I've ever eaten vegetable-wise. But yeah, I noticed definitely the freshness of of something you've grown yourself. It doesn't come, nothing else comes close to it.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm about to probably pass out in a minute. Do you guys got anything? You guys want to plug anything?
Nope, I'm just doing me.
I'm just me. I'm just here to support you, Pilgrim.
I appreciate the hell out of you, dude. Like, it's an honor to have had you on here, man. It's an honor, and Hutch, you know what I'm saying. It's an honor to talk to you. Had you on here too, Bubba. You know what I'm saying. We're there's something that, guys, here in a couple weeks, you guys are going to be very satisfied with what you see. That's all I got to say. Just keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be pretty badass. He's got some badass shit in the works. You guys seen that trailer that he did? It's gonna be badass, guys. So
I should have another one next week. Next weekend, I'll probably have another one. Trailer.
Dude, we can do some shit, dude. Dude, we could do some shit where we can make Doc some kind of like psycho hillbilly or something like that.
I'm gun shy now after they hit me.
It's great.
So I have nothing to pimp.
It's a work in progress. I can't do peppers, man. I got that heartburn too bad. I can't do that spicy shit.
But guys,
I'm gonna get a hold of Hutch because, man, we're closer and closer to the bloodline every time I hear you.
So you guys are family, like related by ancestors, or just through people knowing each other?
Just by good people.
That's
next to each other.
That's pure.
All right, y'all. I'll holler at you. Doc Mac, email me, man.
All right, I will.
All right, I'll holler at you. Pilgrim.
Peace, Bubba.
Peace. All right, Pilgrim. Out.
You guys have a good night.